Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of Club Top Shot here. We do have a base pack pre-order drop today. We are live on the official NBA Top Shot Twitch. I'm here with Pack Stableman, aka Jack Settleman. How are we doing, Jack?
I'm doing well. I clicked out of the stream like 8 seconds before it was starting. I clicked login by accident, but we're here, and there will be no technical difficulties from anyone. So
yeah. Let's not write any checks we can't cash, Jack. So I found out about this just as almost as soon as everyone else did. Jack, we have a 48-hour pre-order pack drop. I was kind of worried when they asked us to do this that they were expecting us to go for 48 hours. That doesn't appear to be the case.
That would be a bender and a half. So what is it open right now? Like, is the queue open? Are we even having to queue up? What's our sitch?
Yeah, I think they're working on some stuff right now with getting the queue set up. So, but I do know it should be good to go here in a little bit. I don't know if you've tried yet.
I just clicked. It said join pre-order drop. I see our faces. That's exciting. Now I got 12 minutes. So it looks like I'm in. Series 2 release 24. How many of these things how many releases do you think we'll end up with?
I have no idea. They, I like to consider myself an influencer, but Top Shot, man, I keep asking for access to the GitHub roadmap, and they keep just turning me down. I don't know why they wouldn't let me see that, Jack.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre, to be honest. You have a pack, is that right? You have a pack to open?
Well, I still have from the initial pre-order one. I have yet to open that. I keep waiting, but sometimes Ja Rule is in the club and it doesn't feel right to open my pre-order pack. So yes, I am sitting on one. So maybe here later I can show people what these pre-order packs look like.
I got to get the Twitch chat up also, because we got obviously our club top shotters on YouTube, but I love to see what the Twitch chat is up to as well.
Yeah, you're more of a masochist with that. You want to see what the Twitch chat is saying. That here I'll do with the comments like, who are these two jamokes? This guy knows nothing about basketball. This guy's really into horses. I assume those are the kind of comments we'll get on Twitch.
I would guess. All right. Well, we do have someone in the Twitch chat that says, "Open it now. The time is right." All right. So we will be opening a pack at some point. Nice T-shirt. It was supposed to be a surprise, but I did order one, and I was just going to throw it on for the stream at some point whenever it comes. But now they sent me an update. It actually, Teespring sent me an update. It said, "Update on your order." And it said, "We will update you when we have an update on your order."
An update to the update.
I love that.
It sounds like corporate meetings where they're like, we need to have a meeting to kind of just get our meeting schedule for the week, figured out.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So we will be here hanging out for the next couple hours. We promise it will not be just us. We're going to have Jacob from Top Shot swinging by. He's going to give us some more details about what's going on with this pack drop, what they're thinking. 2.5 million packs up for grabs here. And then hopefully we'll have some guests swinging by. I mean, Jack, you are our booking wizard. I mean, when you see the guests we get on Club Top Shot, like 99% of those are because of Jack's wizardry. So I need you to pull a rabbit out of your hat today.
I didn't know what the eligibility for guests were with this one. I was thinking about revisiting the Ja Rule Fountain of Youth because he mentioned one of his artist friends would be interested, but I think it may not be the scene for that. So we're going to have to get active on the Twitter sphere and see who we can pull in here.
That's right. Yeah. Last time
have we had one? Yeah, we had Damian Lee. Is that the only NBA player we've ever had on Club Top Shot?
Well, we had the former Brian Scalabrine.
Of course.
And we've had Chris Conley, NFL athlete. But yeah, Damian Lee has been our only current NBA player to grace us on the stream here.
That's ridiculous. We need more. We need more people.
So we are going to vamp. We're going to vamp for 2 hours. No, I have been studying the encyclopedia of NBA basketball. I know lots of basketball facts now, Jack.
What'd you learn? in your podcasting.
No, I was listening to our guys, the No Dunks, who have also hosted these pack drop streams. I was listening to them break down some of the stuff with the Andre Drummond news. I had to hear how Aaron Gordon was fitting into my Denver Nuggets. I'm feeling pretty good about the Nuggets and Jokic right now.
Did you catch? So, like, there's one side of NBA Twitter, which is like they actually know a lot about the game of basketball. No Dunks, HP, like a lot of really smart people. Then there's NBA Twitter.
Yeah.
So, like, NBA Twitter, No Dunks, they may break down Aaron Gordon, how he's going to fit in. But NBA Twitter is all over Aaron Gordon for choosing the number 50. Did you see that whole ordeal?
Steve, this is maybe where I'm admitting that I'm not as deep into NBA Twitter as I would like. What's the deal with the number?
Okay, so the backstory is that Aaron Gordon has been in a few dunk contests, and he's absolutely gone crazy in them, but he hasn't won them. And the most recent one, he should have easily won it, but someone jumped over Taco Fall. I forget who it was.
I saw that dunk, yeah.
Yeah. And so D-Wade gave Gordon like a 49 or 48, so he lost it. So he's got an entire documentary coming out about how he got snubbed, and he's rocking the number 50. It is really something.
I did hear the No Dunks guys talking about this, because what they were saying is that he's been on the record of saying he doesn't want to just be known as a dunk guy, and yet everything he's doing in the public is identifying himself as a dunk guy.
It's bizarre. It's actually bizarre. So, so those are kind of the two sides of NBA Twitter. Another side would be like Andre Drummond and LaMarcus Aldridge, major like analytical and how they're going to fit into the teams. And then there's like the people that are just like saying ridiculous stuff about those signings as well. So, it's a two-sided event.
I've heard about another one, and maybe that's because I'm more local here in Boston, but I've heard about weird Boston Celtics Twitter. Are you familiar with that?
I actually follow a decent amount of Celtics writers, so I may be in the fold with that, but talk to me about that.
No, I honestly don't know much about it. It's more, as I understand it, it's more impenetrable, more kind of deep multi-level memes, lots of really cryptic inside jokes where you have to be very entrenched to get it. That's how I understand it. I swear, if someone from Weird Celtics Twitter is watching this and I just kind of
would they admit that they're in Weird Celtics Twitter, or they just think they're in Celtics Twitter?
What's the point of being in Weird Celtics Twitter if you're not embracing Weird Celtics Twitter here?
No, I get that. All right. So we just had the NBA Top Shot email head out, which is exciting. So now we're going to have even more people in line. What's your best guess? How many people you think reserve a pack?
Yeah, that's the good question, right? So what they're saying here is that theoretically, if 2.5 million unique individuals wanted a pack, they can get one with this drop. Wow,
I don't know if we have 2.5 million coming. That would be crazy.
Do you think we can hit a million?
That would be pretty sweet as well. So everything's kind of like coming together right now, which is as we head into April, college basketball is toning down. The NBA is going to come back into the spotlight. A lot of our top guys are injured. They're going to come back from injury. Then you've got all the challenges, or most of the challenges, coming to a halt. Maybe some more liquidity. It's really exciting time for the Top Shot market. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I've been waiting for what's going to be my next move. I'm still trucking along on the Cool Cats challenge. I gotta get in there with that. I think we might have some more challenge announcements here soon. Did you end up going for the Anthony Edwards reward in that challenge?
I did not. That was a little too pricey for me at this point in time with my liquidity issues, which have been somewhat solved. A lot have been shifted into the sushi world. But I completed the KDC and Stars, which I was really excited for because actually, when does that end? That was supposed to end pretty soon.
I think that one...
It might be ending at 2 or something.
Yeah, one of them I know the Edwards one, I believe, ends tomorrow.
Okay, I think the Colin said straighten the lampshade. I mean, I don't think people understand. Club Top Shot 3 episodes ago, I was on the floor and actually very, very ill. And now I haven't even given the full tour. I mean, look at this. We got the mic that just hands-free mic. We got the camera, the PC, Ethernet, whole thing. So we've come a long way since the last few episodes.
Jack, you know what would have been a good bit for you? Because, you're talking about your liquidity crunch here. If you went out into New York City, you know how they have like the naked cowboy man, out there? Like, I want to see Jack go out there and street perform, and you have your empty guitar case, people toss in pennies and dollar bills, and then you can head to the Top Shot marketplace with your earnings.
That would be good. It's too cold for me, though. I was in Florida for like 5 months. I come back to New York, and now it's just like 45 degrees and windy. I'm like, this is not for me.
Yeah. Here's a question on the Anthony Edwards dunk, because if that was, let's just say a hypothetical, let's say it was an RJ Barrett or an Emmanuel Quickley reward. I mean, is there any chance you're not going after a New York Knicks ultra reward?
So one of the things that I've been thinking about recently, which is like, if the challenges become negative EV to a degree, and I still think it's tough to gauge at this point in time, is the narrative early on was like, you'll never be able to get the challenge reward for a reasonable price. But now I think we're seeing that you may be able to. So even in that case, I think I would just end up going for the player, even though it might be more scarce. But I'm curious, like, what the KD stuff. The reason why I like doing the Seeing Stars challenges, because you're collecting all-stars. Like, you're not collecting these random players, you're collecting the best of the bunch. It was the all-star weekend was huge for Top Shot. It was a milestone. Kevin Durant, I was going through the marketplace, there's 4 moments on the site right now, which is insane. He's one of the best players in the league. So, and he's promoting Top Shot. Like, he's done a bunch of stuff with Boardroom, which is obviously his company. So I like anything KD. I've been on the record and said I think that they're going to win the championship. So I think holding any Nets Durant is like a solid opportunity right now.
Yeah, I still look at that Kevin Durant run it back, which recently just got the first moment tag. It's a pretty slick one.
Yeah, it's a good one. And I think, what is it? It's a Thunder. It's funny. So you've got, once again, let's break down NBA Twitter. You got the smart people on NBA Twitter. You got the meme culture people. And then you have like people who haven't watched basketball more than like 4 years, right? So everything is like LeBron's the GOAT because they've never watched anyone past 2010. And then I see it might have been in your Discord, but in some Discord, I see them saying, yeah, the KD running back is cool, but like people definitely want his stuff from when he was on the Warriors. Like, that's what people remember him from. And it's like, if you've only watched basketball in the past 5 years, sure. But like Kevin Durant on the Thunder was like where he made a name for himself and became the best player in the league at one point. So I like that it's a clip from when he was on the Thunder.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting when you hear the term run it back. I mean, and you're thinking first moment. I do associate that with the Thunder.
Yeah. I mean, look, if it was the Sonics, that would be people would have gone crazy for that. But still, I just think it's I think it should be a Thunder moment.
I mean, we know the long term there will inevitably be Kevin Durant Warriors moments, and the Warriors stands, they will have their day in the sun where they can go after that one.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, they pretty much like, I don't know how many Warriors fans were diehard KD fans. They know how good he was and how important he was, but like, I mean, you want to talk about weird Twitters? Warriors Twitter, man, is a special place, and I'm like ingrained in it because I have some friends who are like thought leaders of Warriors Twitter. It's absolute sickos, and it's incredible. And
Warriors Twitter now has the like celebrity Silicon Valley influencers. You got your Chamas and you got your Phil Hellmuth over there going, they have this weird, I mean, Draymond Green plays in those, angel investor poker games there. So it's a weird cocktail of personalities.
Willis said, I hope there's never a KD Warriors moment.
Yeah. So yeah, we will. Yeah. And we haven't really talked about badges. We had Ja Rule in the club and didn't talk about badges as much. I will say it was very fun going through my collection since then, because my thesis has been trying to go after Series 1 first moments, knowing these would eventually get tagged. Has that been fun for you to see those finally hit the site?
Yeah, and I didn't even realize the KD running back was getting a badge. I do wish, and I still think they could obviously alter it, but I wish the 3 badge rookie was actually individually 3 badges, right? So it would actually read as like there were 4 of them for the RJ Barrett stuff. Just because it kind of looks like it's one extended badge, and the ones that aren't 3 badgers actually look like they have more. So I would love to see like a 3 badger, but it could also just be like with time. We talked about badges a little the other day, which is like, yeah, right now when everyone on the site and like half the moments have badges, they maybe not that special, but like people just think so short term with this stuff. It's like, okay, give it 2 seasons and think about how many moments. We're releasing 2.5 million packs today.
Yeah.
Which I would assume none of these will have badges.
I assume there'll be some rookies in there.
Yeah, rookie. But even within the 2.5 million, right, which are times 3. So are there 7.5 million moments coming out? And then how many of those will even have badges? So I think the badges are cool. It was why I wanted to get the Giannis run it back, but I didn't quite get a chance to snag that.
Well, and you make a good point about everyone. It's so natural to think so short term. We talked to our guys, Andy and Mike, on Club Top Shot, 2 of the biggest NBA Top Shot collectors, and they were telling us about the early days in the Discord when they announced the 4,000 edition, and people were losing their mind. This is too big, because they were conditioned to the legendaries and the rares, and it's like the same thing with that. Yeah, right now the badges represent a large portion of the available moments, but in a year, that's going to become a fraction. Yes, I said fraction. And then it's going to become even more and more a smaller piece of the overall collection. And that's where it's going to really start to hold its value.
Yeah, I agree. So I just got my place in line. I was about 25K, 24,993. Did you land yet?
Let me see here. I need to re-add it here. I'm always nervous now when we're doing these streams to make sure I don't have anything else going on my computer and like causing connections, but I got to go make sure I'm in.
So I see in the chat, Curry for 3 said, there's 51 new moments. How are you guys hosting a show and no less than the audience? So 51 new moments doesn't necessarily mean that it's 51 debut moments. So I think, I mean, we could be wrong. There could be 51 new badges coming out for those moments. But like if LeBron gets a new moment, it's not going to be he's not going to get a badge. So Curry for 3, I appreciate that. Can
I answer the other portion of that question? How are you hosting a show when the audience knows more than you? That's the entire thesis of everything I do. So welcome. You must be new around here. All right. Yeah, I am in the line 109,628. I'm going to go ahead, take advantage of the email option, notify me by email. This is the first time, because I know from hanging out in the Discord with people, like people love sweating, watching their progression in the pack drop, even for these, 60,000 ones, they'll wait and they'll sit here and wait. This is the true test. Do you think we have any sickos who will wait for more than 4 hours for their drop and not utilize the email option?
For sure. I mean, they'll just leave it open on their phone. I get it. Like they think they're not going to forget, and they probably won't. And you'll be able to rejoin, and then they may use the email. But yeah, there will definitely be people who are just posted up for a while here.
Now I like here, that there's a lot of people making Top Shot content these days. I don't want to tell you to do anything unhealthy, but if you did want to do a good piece of content, 48-hour live stream, waiting for your chance to get this pack drop. I'm sure the community would rally around it. I might wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, check you out on your stream, see how you're holding up. I don't know. Just throwing that out there, Jack. Good content idea or not?
Yeah. I like it. I mean, it's not for me personally, especially because it's a $9 pack. I think that's what would make the content incredible. But yeah, that's not for me right now.
Yeah, no, this is purely for someone else. This is purely from someone else. Yeah, I got to get my 9 to 10 hours of sleep these days, Jack.
So Helmet Boy 121 said, if we buy the pack, when do we get it? I believe it is April 7th. Is the expected date, which would be 8 or 9 days from now.
Yeah. And that's how the last pre-order pack drop worked. I believe it was a couple weeks, 10 to 14 days after that pack drop before it got dropped into your account, correct?
Yes. The first one I think was like 2 weeks, but yeah.
There we go. And I remember that. I think I might have to call myself Pre-Order Pete now, because the 2 times I've been asked to host this stream is for the pre-orders. They've clearly established that our brand is right for the pre-order atmosphere. I mean,
is that a good or a bad thing?
Yeah. Well, hey, can you guys hit me up for that legendary drop? I mean, come on.
Can we talk about a legendary drop? I mean, so the Hollow Icon Series 2, $1,000 was that was dropped around Super Bowl, because I remember I was in Tampa, which would mean almost 2 months. Was that the last like legendary? And then they also shifted the numbers. So was that the last one?
Yeah. In my Top Shot time, I have only been around for one legendary $1,000 pack drop.
I had to go golfing, and I think I was maybe potentially in line.
Yeah.
No, I was right out of it, but I whatever. And then it had the little loophole, the good days.
I was worried, Jack, when we did that first stream. I was worried we weren't going to get asked back. I'm like, you know what? They did decide they want a true NBA thought leader. This guy, Peter, is just flying by the seat of his pants, and he's been exposed. But, they came back. They came back to the Club Top Shot whale. You can't resist us for that long, Jack.
No, they cannot. I mean, we were replaced for a very long time. I was pretty upset about it, but I think pre-order could be our thing.
We get suggestions in the chat that I'd be an outstanding QVC host. It's a natural career progression for him. Yes. So we actually are going to sell Jack's lampshade. It is from IKEA. It's very nice. It does come with a light bulb as well, Jack. We are opening up the auction at $14.99. You can purchase Jack's lamp in 3 separate installments. And he is accepting moments for it. There, Jack, I was just doing a little QVC bit while you checked your phone.
I appreciate that. I'm working on booking you a guest. I know we've got...
What do you mean me? Us, Jack. It's a team.
I know. I just like to make it seem like that. Yeah. I know we got Jacob coming on. Is he still coming in 5 minutes?
I think so. Yeah. I think he'll be coming on here in a second.
I want to be known as like the active guest booker on the show. Like, get it. I want to be like what's the guy from Entourage?
Oh,
the agent.
Ari?
Ari. I want to be like Ari, like middle of the stream, but like taking phone calls, trying to get someone on here to talk Top Shot with us. Ben said, "Can Jack get RJ Barrett?" Fun fact. So like we've done on my Snapback Sports Pod, we've interviewed CJ McCollum. I've talked to Cuban. I've talked to like a ton of Miles Turner, a ton of great people. I've never talked to a New York Knick or a Baltimore Raven. I've talked to 4 Pittsburgh Steelers. I've talked to Celtics players. I cannot get a player from a team that I support. It is like the most depressing thing ever. So no, I can't get RJ Barrett. And I played against Emmanuel quickly in high school. I've DM'd him probably 40 times. It's like very desperate looking. But like I have no shame when it comes to that.
Oh, Jack, 40 times. I mean, Emmanuel probably has a restraining order out against you at this point.
Legitimately, he should. But I don't know.
One thing I want to clarify here. So it is the pre-sales open for 48 hours. So it will end Wednesday, correct? If I can do my 48-hour math, Wednesday at 11 a.m. That is Pacific time. These dapper guys over here on West Coast time, Jack, are we going to let them win out in the time zone wars? I think we got to stick to our guns. It ends 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday.
The hardest thing to do when I send out my text is like triple check that I have the timing correct. I don't even care that they're on Pacific. Like the world runs on Eastern the same way. Like, I don't know. It's honestly blasphemous to me that they're still going with this PST thing. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. 4 hours later. I just think the time zone stuff is ridiculous. I bet that there's another content idea. See if you can fill an hour just talking about which is the legitimate time zone. I mean, here's the
Well,
thing.
I mean, that's clear. And also, what's UTC? Like, okay, if you're going to go PST, like, I can't be seeing UTC in here either. But we can discuss for potentially a full hour or for 4 minutes till Jacob joins is the most optimal time zone to live in. That I'm open to having a discussion about. I believe personally it's mountain time, whatever's an hour before Pacific, 2 hours post Eastern.
Yeah, that's at least with Pacific time, it's easy math. It's when I start to get into the central and the daylight savings time and all of that. And then it's like, this is too much math for me to deal with right now.
So like the mountain time, which I think is 2 hours. Yeah. So 10 a.m. college football start, but like the 10 a.m. college football start's a little early, but it tends to be like Virginia, Georgia Tech, ACC. So I don't really care about that. And then you get the good games on at like 1:30. And then NFL, you wake up to an 11 a.m. start. I mean, talk about pure. I don't know how it would be for you as the what are you, the deposit king?
The deposit king, yes.
Or the cash king? What's your cash nickname?
I was Min Cash Pete for a while.
Min Cash Pete. So like, I don't know for you. I feel like you're up early enough though, where it wouldn't really matter and you would have enough time. But at least for me, like waking up at 10 on the weekend, rolling straight into football, set your lineups and everything, that would be ideal for me.
Yeah, I did in college. I went to school in San Diego, and it was fun to wake up and just immediately have football on. But now, when it's like I'm doing final research, setting DFS lineups, setting all these, I need the extra time. Right. So,
but and then the last thing, club time zone. The last thing is more importantly, the game's ending at a reasonable hour, where like your entire day isn't a wash, or you're not like I don't have to stay up till 12:30 Eastern to watch Monday Night Football, Jets, Giants. Instead, it's like 10:30. I can calm down before bed, like release all the tension from my tilt. So you asked for time zones. Yeah. There's my take.
I wonder what about Greenwich Mean Time? I mean, maybe we should just all go off of one universal time. Just really simplify things.
Tom says he's never agreed with me more. I appreciate that, Tom. The Twitch chat is way less funny.
You're telling me the Twitch chat doesn't love us talking about time zones for 10 minutes? Yeah. So we're going to have Jacob coming on. We're going to talk about what's going on with this stream. We legitimately, they had reached out to us about doing this, but I had no details about what we're doing. So we are learning this together. I'm an influencer, but not an influencer that knows a lot about what's going on right now, Jack. Yeah. So we have the my recent I went on vacation, so I was taking a little time off from Topshot. Although a couple people did notice me purchasing a few Rising Stars moments on my vacation. I did grab the Halliburton and the Hero. Yeah. And then recently, when the market was dipping a bit, I circled back. I got a few more. I did get your boy Emmanuel quickly. I finally got his rookie moment.
Oh, it's so good. The floater. 4 Badger, 3 Badger.
You tell me, or no? What Quickly's never going to DM you back if you don't know how many badges he has.
Well, I got confused. So I as you saw, I tweeted out the RJ Barrett Hollow that got the badges, and I said I thought there were going to be 3. Because I thought there were only 2, and then someone pointed out there's actually 4. So I don't know what Quickly. Yeah, he's a 4 Badger. I don't know. I mean, it's a great moment. He's obviously like superstar player, probably top 5 guard in the NBA. But
what was I saw the other day you posted a betting slip on some of your futures bets you had made on the Knicks. What were the bets you made? You had them winning the championship though, in one of them, I want to say.
When you say though, what do you mean?
I mean you could have just donated that.
See, that's what everyone said at the time, and they said the same thing. So I bet the Knicks over win total, that already cashed, first team to cash, which should be a bonus, by the way. I bet the Knicks to make the then. So I got really excited. I tweeted that out back in December, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch every single one of these games. I want them to win games. I might as well have some investment, right? Same logic with Top Shot. Why I like buying players I like watching. And then I bet them to win make the playoffs. 12-1 odds. But what was unique and why I thought there was a little more value is the play-in games. So like seeds all the way till 10 at least have a chance to get in. So I bet them to win, and now they're the 4 seed. And then yes, I have like 50 to win 25 grand on them to win the championship. But as I tweeted this morning, the Knicks are the 4 seed, the Lakers are the 4 seed. People still think the Lakers could win the title. I just want some consistency here. That's all I'm asking for.
Here's a hypothetical for you. You said your bet, your futures ticket is to win 25 grand if they win it.
That's correct.
Let's say they upset the Nets. Let's say they make it to the NBA Finals to play the Lakers. Would you hedge, knowing you have the ultimate emotional hedge? Either the New York Knicks win the NBA championship, or you pocket, let's say the hedge is a pretty clean, like, $15,000 on betting the Lakers.
That's implying that the Knicks are like minus 200 favorite.
No, let's drop it. Let's drop the hedge down to like 7,000 or 8,000.
So the thing is, there's no way that the Knicks could beat, like, they just can't beat the Nets, Bucks, Sixers. They just can't. It's impossible. Like, there's no way.
You can't reject the premise of a hypothetical.
No, I'm just trying to set up the explanation for, like, I can't imagine how they would get to the finals but not be like still plus 600 in the finals to win it all. Like, it would either have to be all the teams in the East got hurt and the Knicks somehow like just or they, and they just made it. But then like if the Lakers get to the finals and LeBron and AD then get hurt in game 1. That's the only. So would I hedge? I don't think there would be an opportunity. Would I hedge? Let's say in this hypothetical, no. Are you kidding?
All right, just want to check.
Yeah, you got to ride it out.
People are, very interested in Jack's financial maneuverings these days. Everything exists on the blockchain.
I'm trying to get liquidity. I'm trying to get liquidity via the Knicks, which is not a good strategy.
Yeah, that's what I got, Dave. It sounds like Jack is saying he should have not made this bet. When you reject my premise because it's so farcical, when the thing you bet was the thing you're saying is so farcical, Jack.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The 50 to win 25K may have been like a content play. And was the 100 to win 1,200 in a similar vein? Yes, but that one actually has legs. So
put that on my tombstone. Here lies Peter Overzet. It might have been a content play.
Seriously, everything has to be.
What do you have any thoughts on our other move here, Andre Drummond going to the Lakers here? Do you think that has any meaningful impact for them?
Yeah, I was talking about this last night, which is that these buyout stuff are just high or low risk, high reward. I may actually, before I give you my full answer, I'm gonna throw this back on you. What do you think about Andre Drummond signing with the Lakers? Twitch chat, get ready. Here's your true NBA mind here.
I think Andre Drummond at this point in the career, I don't think he necessarily pushes them to a new stratosphere of what they can accomplish, but I think he can fill in. I think he's an upgrade over their current situation. I think he can give them, 5 to 10 minutes of meaningful basketball. And I think his veteran presence during the playoffs could come in big at certain points where you just need that one guy coming off the bench to be the difference maker. And that's what I see in this Andre Drummond signing, Jack.
Okay. All right. Twitch chat. Let's see what they think about that. A lot of good buzzwords utilized there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the word on Andre Drummond is that he stinks, but I don't think people understand the context when they say that. Andre Drummond's like putting up 20-20, 20-12, 20-14, like. So when they say he stink, they mean he's like maybe more a 14-8 player. He definitely doesn't stink. But for this move, it's just a low risk, high reward move. Worst case scenario, he gets schemed out defensively and he's not helpful for them and doesn't fit the system. So they sit him on the bench. Best case scenario, he starts at center for them and AD gets to play the 4 and LeBron plays the point, and they just added a really good basketball player. So it's a great move. Like, there's not a different roster spot that should have been used. I don't think it actually helps them in the grand scheme of things with like matchups and maybe what they needed. They really need like another defense. The Lakers need to get back to what they were last year, which was the best defense in the league. I know that LeBron and AD have been out, but I don't know if Drummond necessarily does that for them. I don't know if anyone does that for them. It's the same feeling I have about the Nets with Aldridge, which is like, and Blake Griffin. Great players, could be impactful. We'll see. But like, it definitely doesn't solve their core issue, which is they need to defend better.
Yeah. What are other examples? I think I saw someone mention, Warriors when they added Demarcus Cousins. These aren't always a lock to be the missing piece.
Yeah, and Cousins was at a point where he was coming off injury, but like he was still in his prime and expected to be, super valuable to them. And then obviously injuries hampered him even more. Drummond's healthy. Aldridge, he's healthy. I don't know how agile he is. And Blake looks rejuvenated to a degree. It's the same thing that kind of happened with Batum when he went to the Clippers this year. Everyone thought he was like retired on the bench, and now he's like playing meaningful minutes for them. So you never know with this stuff, but once again, it's a very low risk and a very potentially high reward scenario.
What about the Nets? The Nets fielding a super team from 6 years ago.
It's incredible. I mean, that also does a disservice to what they are currently, which is Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant. I've said, like, if you turn off injuries, you turn off anything freaky happening, which is unpredictable, obviously, but turn it off. I'd take this Nets team against any team in the league easily. Like, I'm talking like maybe 5, potentially 6 games, but I just don't see any. Like the Sixers, great matchup for them because they can't guard Embiid, who's been the best center in the league. Well, sorry, him and Jokic. I know the Jokic stands will get mad at me. No one can stop.
I will get mad at them for you.
Yeah, no one can stop Joel Embiid right now. And then you have Ben Simmons, who could potentially lock up one of their guys. You have Matisse Thybulle, who's an awesome defender. You have Tobias Harris, who's playing great. But like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden cannot be guarded one-on-one. Like at its very best, Ben Simmons can probably limit Kyrie Irving to like a 20-point game. And that's not because Ben Simmons isn't like an elite defender. It's because good offense beats good defense in the NBA 10 times out of 10. And like you can't guard these guys one-on-one. So it's just they're an unstoppable force. Now, defensively, they're not so great, but I just don't get how you'll stop them.
Yeah, so we got current odds now. They're plus 250. The betting markets still have it pretty close because they have Lakers at plus 300 right there, which would imply those guys are neck and neck. And then do we still got Jokic here in the driver's seat for MVP?
Yeah, that's what it would appear. And the Nuggets are a funny team because you've seen it with the Bucks. Giannis pounds the regular season, wins back-to-back MVPs, playoffs comes up short. Nuggets kind of played above expectations last season by beating the Clippers. They're kind of finding themselves in that middle ground. What's interesting is the seeding. How many fans will there be come June and July, right? Will the 2 seed matter? Because in the bubble, the seeding obviously didn't matter. But now, if there's going to be 10,000 fans, if there's going to be full stadium potentially out west or down south. So I think that's what's really, really interesting.
Yeah. It is still even bizarre watching like the March Madness buzzer beaters and stuff with no crowd. It's just so synonymous with those moments. Although there's some fun, I think the cameramen, like, when Oral Roberts was having their run and they're cutting back to the watch parties and stuff. So you're still able to capture that. But yeah, I don't think the fans are still going to be a big part of this playoff run. The thing that's interesting about the Jokic is in the odds, I had checked it the other day, his odds keep widening here. I'm seeing him now at minus 118. Yeah. He was before, I want to say he was at like plus 200. And then obviously with the injury. So
who's behind him?
Embiid at plus 600, Harden at plus 7, or Harden at plus 7 and LeBron at plus 750.
Yeah, like I just don't know if I don't know if LeBron and Embiid are going to have enough games when it's all said. I mean, LeBron's going to be out for a whole nother month, and he's not the LeBron. If you're betting on LeBron to win MVP, that's like I'd rather have a Knicks ticket to make the playoffs or to win the championship than LeBron winning MVP. Even though they can get the narrative behind him, Embiid should be back in the next week or so. But I don't see anything that Embiid's necessarily doing that's so much better than Jokic, where him just missing this time. But there's still a quarter or almost a third of the season left to play. So a lot can change.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's nice to see Denver rounding into form, making that push with Gordon and Jokic really separating here, because I feel like Jokic had been playing, metric wise at an elite standpoint all year, but the Nuggets record was just lagging earlier in the season, and now things are kind of coming together. So it seems like they'll be able to kind of recreate a little bit about what they did last year. I assume they're in a collision course, you think, to face the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals?
The Nuggets?
Yeah.
No, I think the Clippers. The Clippers for sure.
Right.
People,
I'll boot you from the stream if you say that.
I think, I mean, my prediction at the All-Star break was that the Clippers may come out of the West, out of the second half of the season, looking like the most dangerous team in the West. And it's kind of starting to mold into that. The Jazz, a little, return to the mean. They're not winning every single game. They're still winning like 70% of their games. The Lakers obviously been decimated with the injuries. Nuggets are solid, but like they have so much young talent, they just can't figure it out. Not can't figure it out. They just those guys need to take the next step. Like Jokic kind of has, Jamal kind of has, but like not fully. Like we need to see these guys become superstars, and then you need to see players like MPJ and now Aaron Gordon. Like they need to play at an all-star level to be serious threats. So the Clippers are super slept on. They're going about their business, Kawhi and PG, and they're starting to build the right way.
Yeah, it is funny. If the playoffs started today, it would be Nuggets and Lakers there in the 4 or 5 seed, which would be,
that would be
a wild matchup. Yeah. And then for Rookie of the Year, I mean, this one's interesting, and we saw it take place in the Top Shot marketplace too. When LaMelo went down, you saw his stuff initially take a pretty big hit, while Anthony Edwards' stuff started going bonkers. He's now at minus 167. LaMelo dropped to plus 145, and my guy Tyrese Halliburton there at plus 500. What is your take on this of how the injury kind of plays out? Because LaMelo was going to run away. Those are the current
odds?
From what I just checked, updated on March 24th. Okay. Let me get a more updated version. But yeah, what's your take on those?
No, I mean, you've now got the initial report was LaMelo's out for the season, right? And then there's now reports that he may be back before the end of the season. If he plays 5 more games, does he win Rookie of the Year? Like Anthony Edwards, jumped to number 1 because he had 3 good games and LaMelo was out. So I think those odds are kind of priced into like, what's his diagnosis? Halliburton, I mean,
I just did pull up updated ones, like seeing the DraftKings Sportsbook and stuff. Halliburton's up to plus 200, more in lockstep with LaMelo, and then Edwards still the favorite at minus 143.
Yeah, I was going to say Halliburton's the guy that, like, if the problem is you got Minnesota and Sacramento, so you're not getting the love that like a traditional market would get. And LaMelo was just so big that it didn't matter. He was in Charlotte. So I think Halliburton can easily make a run at it. Plus, like, the entire Top Shot community is down to vote for him.
I actually wanted to pull that up because that clip after the game where Harrison Barnes had the game winner and then he did the top shot
Yeah.
I got to pull that up because that was a great moment. We got Halliburton post game screaming to top shot it. Here we go. I found it. Yeah. NBA Twitter account had tweeted this out. Luckily I know how to share audio on here. One sec.
Yeah. We do need Harrison Barnes to get in here.
Yeah, Harrison Barnes is making some moves lately. Here we go.
Like, this is why I don't think people understand. Like, I get it. The market is taking a dip. I know we're not doing $50 million a day like we did at its peak a couple weeks ago. But like, I was here in December, and the idea that NBA players would be on Top Shot within the next few years was like a dream, right? And now in a post-game press conference, like Top Shot's not paying him to say that. That's organically coming out because those are 2 teammates who love collecting Top Shot. I just don't think people understand like how far we've come and like how much further we can go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know how far we've come because when I first got in, it was like that first week, we were all super excited about the rumor of Bogdan doing a European Top Shot campaign. It was like, just wait until Bogdan starts talking about this in Europe. And then little did we know we were just going to have a domino effect of these NBA guys just coming on and absolutely loving it. And I love that clip with Halliburton and Barnes too, because they're also both vocally very into Top Shot. It's like, you could just tell by that interaction, those two talk about Top Shot with each other all the time.
Oh,
you just
sure.
know it for a fact.
And I mean, Tyrese is probably, I think he played for a couple years at Iowa State. He's probably 20, 21. And Barnes is what, in his mid 30s? So, like, think about the connection of just generations. And I think we're seeing that.
Jack, I knew you were high on Barnes. He's 28.
He's 28?
Yes.
Harrison Barnes, 28?
Yeah, you were doing your young kid thing, thinking we're all boomers.
Holy shit. Hold on, let me look into this.
You don't believe me?
No, I don't. Harrison Barnes is 28 years old.
Halliburton's 21.
Barnes has been in the league for 9 years. Wow, that's crazy. Buddy Hield's 28 years old. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Harrison Barnes, he is, I think I'd seen he did move into, by some of those metrics, the 0.1% of Top Shot accounts. And didn't he buy, was it the Tatum holo that he bought the other day?
Yeah.
Because some of these, when we talked to Damian Lee, and I even remember Halliburton when he was first getting on, he's like, my moments are getting too expensive for me, guys.
Yeah.
But Harrison Barnes is out here splashing around.
Yeah, he gets it. I tweeted that. And then, there's so many people that love to just pick apart every little thing. It's like, well, how much has he actually spent? How much this? And he has $20 million. It's like, okay, I understand. Like, there's always two sides. But, like, try and just focus on what's at its core right here, which is like, Harrison Barnes, NBA player, is dumping a ton of money into this site and thinks it has a ton of potential. And, like, people don't just throw away money for fun. Like, especially a guy like Barnes who was out in Silicon Valley for a while. So, yeah, that is crazy to me how much he's invested into the platform.
Yeah. You still holding out on your win LeBron Top Shot reference?
Yeah, I don't know where this guy's up to. I don't know what it is, but Bron, we need you to come through.
I was watching I don't know what got me on this rabbit hole. I was watching Bronny high school highlights the other day.
How's he looking?
He looks a little unpolished. I believe he's a freshman, or the highlights were from his freshman year.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can see the potential, like super lengthy and springy. But he didn't have quite the, like, oh my God, this guy is going to be a dare I say generational talent, but it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, look, you also get the basketball IQ of your father, and we'll learn from him, which I think is super valuable. But yeah, he's not coming out like LeBron James, which is 6'9" and 225 and supposed to be the greatest player. It is a lot of pressure on him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's going to be a competent player, which I think is cool.
It's the funniest part I was thinking about when I was watching those is, of course, you get LeBron on the sideline, the proud dad, like mugging after one of his dunks. And I was thinking, like, what would the psychology be if you were the opposition playing against LeBron James's son, and you have LeBron James over here flexing when Bronny dunks? And, like, I feel like that could go either way, psychologically intimidating, or like, I'm going to use this as fuel to try to make Bronny look bad in front of his dad.
I feel like the scariest part would be coaching Bronny, knowing that there's a person in the stands who probably knows 100 times more than you when it comes to the game of basketball. So yeah.
Yeah. The coaching would be terrible. I mean, that's kind of what happened with the Ball stuff, right? Where everyone was afraid about what Mr. Ball was going to say there with their kids. It is wild too, just seeing where the progression of LaMelo, where he's come and how people view him as an NBA player, where the connotation for so long was just like the circus atmosphere around their family. Yeah.
And it's bizarre that he dropped because of it, when this kid had been playing professional basketball since he was like 15.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever played organized sports, like, yes, you may be at, like, it's unfair to go and make that jump up when you're on JV and go play varsity, but, like, the amount you'll learn just by learning the physicality, learning the speed, playing with pros for 4 years and being able to stick with them is insane. And then his brother was a pro player, a high-rated D1 recruit. Like, it was one of those things where, like, remove LeVar Ball and, like, look at what's going on the court, and then people like overthought it to a million degrees.
Yeah. And I mean, there is comparisons for this too. I mean, Michael Jordan's kid played in college too. And I remember the pressure around him was insane. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to go out there knowing what's associated. I mean, the poor kid's name is literally Bronny. Like, there's no hiding from this.
That's like the best NBA Twitter meme, which is LeBron released a statement like probably a decade ago at this point, or a very long time ago. It was probably like 2 years ago based off my timeline. But it was like, we named him Bronny so that like people wouldn't know that he was my son or something. And it was like number 23, LeBron James Jr. Damn, who is that guy? You know,
yeah. We got some people in the chat asking about the Magic. You know, now that they've been losing a lot of players, he was saying if there's who are you targeting on the Magic right now? I mean, Cole Anthony has been the buzz guy with the rookie badges and stuff, but do you have any other Magic players you like?
So I saw Dwayne Bacon scored 20 last night. Birch, he's pretty hyped up on the site as well. I would let it play out because in my opinion, like, yes, you could jump in. One of those guys could have a 30-point game and then everyone could assume that's the guy. But like your window is very short. So I would go actually watch a couple Magic games, see what the rotations are looking like, and like look who's a good player. The NBA is really tough, and they talk about this in DFS all the time, which is like minutes correlate to statistics when you're an NBA player. So just because someone starts putting up 15, 5, and 3, but they're playing 36 minutes a game doesn't necessarily mean they're a great player. It just means they have opportunity. So go watch the games and see, you know, who's actually looking good out there that could sustain an NBA career and potentially be the next face of the Magic. No one for me at this point in time, but it is one of those exciting times because you don't get an opportunity where they kind of just refresh an entire team and you can be the one who kind of figures out who the star is going to be on the squad.
Are there any rookies that you think could really boost their profile with the playoffs? Obviously, a lot of these guys, I mean, I'm teeing you up for Quickly. I just realized, which wasn't my intention.
No, I mean, Quickly's at his top because he's already priced in as a top 5 player ever. Let's see. Who are the rookies? So on the Sixers, Maxi's not going to get minutes. The Nets, this is actually the most interesting one. I wish we weren't talking about on the stream because I'm kind of holding it out for myself. But Nick Claxton, he's actually, so like DeAndre Jordan's the big name center. Blake gets signed. LaMarcus Aldridge gets signed. But like Claxton's the one guy who's actually a decent defender who doesn't have a moment on the site yet. So we're waiting on his. He could honestly be in. I didn't check the list. The full list is the Twitch chat pointed out to us both. So check if Nick Claxton. I think it's just NIC. There might not be a K. He can also shoot the ball, and that's huge in today's NBA. So Claxton's a really interesting name. Moving down, Philly, Boston, the Bucks. I don't think they have any rookies that I would really be targeting that are going to get minutes. The Knicks are the 4 seed. Thank you very much. So yes, LaMelo Ball. Obi Toppin, super interesting. He's honestly like looked lost out there, but it's really confusing to me because he was supposed to be the most NBA ready player or rookie along with LaMelo Ball. So if you want a potential buy low, maybe they figure out Obi's role. He should be used in the dunker spot way more than a spot up shooter. LaMelo on the Hornets. Top of my head, I couldn't tell you who's in this. I don't really look at if you're not holding home court advantage in the NBA playoffs right now, I'm not really worried about your team. In the Western Conference, Clippers don't have anyone. Jazz don't really have anyone. Lakers don't. The Nuggets. Who are the Nuggets rookies?
We got the face of Top Shot in Argentina. I mean, come on. My guy, Facundo Campazzo. Let's go, Jack.
He is fun. He's fun, but he's not going to get serious minutes, barring any injury, obviously, of course.
I think, you know how Top Shot has done some of the series. You know, we got the MVP series for Giannis and stuff. I mean, Facundo is such a walking highlight reel. I think you could have a Facundo assist series of just exclusively that I would be the demographic for.
That would be amazing. Chat. What does the chat think? Any rookies we should be thinking about?
Let me share. I saw someone mention Jordan Nwora earlier. Did I butcher that name?
No, that's right. He went to Louisville. He's on the Bucks. He had a great outing against the Knicks on Saturday night, but come playoff time, I doubt he gets minutes. Sticks, who's right next to him, Jalen Smith, he doesn't really get minutes for them. Precious, who the Heat love, hasn't been getting a ton of minutes. Devin Vassell is like everyone's favorite player to target because they think he's got a high ceiling. The Spurs are too loaded with guys who it's just like D. White, DeJounte, Keldon. Like they have so many young, talented guys. If you can pick the guy, Denny is very intriguing to me. I don't know if they'll be a playoff team, but this guy, he was super pro ready. He's Euro. He's got like the height and the passing. You'd see Toppin, who we talked about. Okoro on the Cavs. They won't be in the playoffs most likely. Kira, Maxey. Let's see. Okiki is a name right there on the Magic that we were just talking about. He's pretty interesting. Killian Hayes coming back from injury. I assume at some point in time. I feel like we've been touting Killian Hayes as undervalued because he started game one, but he hasn't been back. Jay Sean, Cole Anthony off injury. God, there's so many fun rookies.
What's the deal with Wiseman these days?
Wiseman, a guy who I thought was like super ready from a body perspective and could shoot the ball as well and just come in and been totally lost. But now you're on a roster with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steve Kerr. Like you're going to get great experience learning from those guys. Just doesn't really have it today. I think he's like 18 or 19 years old. He played in 2 college games. So Wiseman's interesting as he's like right below that level. And then you can see the gap. You see Peyton Pritchard, who is getting a ton of minutes, and then you'd like double up. And now we're talking about the top 5 rookies from this year. IQ, Halliburton, Ant, and LaMelo. So
yeah, I had just queried in here by the rookie mint, those 3, and then you start to get into RJ Barrett sneaks his way into these.
The 3 Badgers, or I guess 4 Badgers.
Yeah, our guy Mike MBL was showing off just the ultimate flex RJ Barrett jersey match showcase for each one of these editions, all 4 of them.
I was going through his actually account last night. I didn't so like his thing is last mints on Cosmic. So like
he likes the last mints.
Yeah, right. He says he likes them. He doesn't normally like finish that statement by saying he has every single one of them. like I sorted his account by lowest serial number because I like to go through it like that. And then you like get to 49 and it's like LeBron, Luka, Giannis, like and I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Do you have? I don't have in my collection. I don't have a single jersey match or a last mint or a first. Do you have any? Do you have any of those?
I don't have any first mint. The best mint I have is Chauncey Billups. I think I have is 4.
Nice.
I think 4 and run it back. I didn't even know until I was looking through one day because it's such a weird number, but I have a Giannis MVP moves number 34 match. And then the only other jersey match I have is 23 of some guy on the Lakers, but that's for a different time.
When you see, this is how little I know about the jersey match. I know when you go look in the marketplace, you see it highlighted, they put it next to you, but when you open up a pack, is there text that corresponds if you get a jersey match in the pack?
When I opened up the Giannis MVP moves back in the day, I didn't even remember opening the Giannis 34 match. So I doubt they had it at that point. I don't know. Like, has anyone in the chat in Twitch or on our YouTube, have they opened a jersey match or a first or anything like that? One of the guys has the Quickly, and he quickly found my DMs. But
nothing worked out from that. No,
it's just like the problem is, I've been in the game for a while. We've watched, like, we know how the market works. We know pricing. And it's like, if you're not going to come to me with an offer where, like, yeah, you can come in 10% higher, even 20% as a starting point. But it's like, if you're 3x what the real price is, like, we can't even have a conversation. I'm not just going to buy it to buy it. So we're far away on that right now. But obviously it's something I would love to have. But I also like Ant has He is a metallic. And then all these rising stars, which quickly didn't make. So Lou said, I have a 999 IQ. He was born in 1999.
We got the numerology bros out this afternoon.
Yeah, the numerology bros are out. But yeah, I think I might be waiting for some quickly more rare stuff. Like, will they release any legendaries of anything besides Series 1? That's what I'm still waiting to figure out. Which is like, will LaMelo Ball have, one number to 50 or 25 potentially?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Jacob is going to be joining us soon. Maybe he can answer some of our roadmap questions.
Yeah, we'll get the roadmap answered.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to pass them along. I mean, Jack, last time we did this, normally in the club, we're having a few cocktails, few drinks. Even when we did the Sunday pre-order pack drop, I believe I had my mimosas going. But Jack, it's a school day. It's kind of hard to justify having some beverages here. So I'm on the.
I even had my lunch.
There you go. I know. I wolfed down my salad before I got on here.
Wow, a salad.
I'm consistent. I try to eat the same thing for lunch every day. I'm not equating myself to Steve Jobs, but you know how they have the decision fatigue. He wears the black turtleneck every day, so he doesn't have to make that. That's how I am with my lunch. I don't want to have to think about it. I just want to have the same thing every day, streamline it.
And your salad every day.
Yeah. For lunch.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I've been having turkey sandwiches every day. But some days I'm like, I want the lunch to be like a bright spot in the day instead of like
Well, here's my thing. I think due to a bunch of club nights, due to quarantine, due to it being cold, I was letting myself go a little bit, Jack. And then I looked at the calendar and I said, it is going to be May and summer here. It's going to be beach time before we know it.
Yeah.
And I need to feel good about myself. So I'm turning the ship around. Not unlike what they've done in the Panama Canal, Jack. We are turning the ship around.
We got turned around.
We did. Yeah, this is breaking news here. The ship has been freed. Global trade can commence again.
Yeah, no, now we can get China onto topshot. They were kind of clogging the canal of topshot.
Now, this is just uncalled for. Pete has the body of the 13-year-old boy. Like, do I have to? I mean, I at least have something here. Come on. I can't believe I just had to flex on the Top Shot stream saying I have zero muscle mass. Meet me in Temecula, Top Shot, Johnny.
I don't even know what Temecula is.
Jack, are you too old for that reference?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was too old. Too young. That was the Kobe Bryant, the guy who was trolling him and wanted to fight him. He said, meet me in Temecula.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's about.
Jack, how are you doing NBA content? You don't know about the Meet Me in Temecula.
I might have to Google it after I get off this page of Harrison Barnes' age. Meet me in Temecula. All right, I'll look into it.
This is
guy drives to Temecula to fight.
Shout out to the Twitch chat. Yeah, plenty more of that.
Oh, he didn't want to fight Kobe. He just wanted to fight someone over
Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about NBA Twitter, man. It is special.
That could be a segment that we start doing on the show where I teach Jack about an old sports meme that he's too young for, and you teach me about current day NBA things. I feel like that it's a nice exchange of information.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yes, lots of good articles here about I like the titles of this article. Is driving to Temecula to fight a guy from Twitter a good or bad idea?
A good idea. Just very aggressive.
As a content play, I mean, it's a great idea, Jack. Have you ever, because that's a thing that pops up in the DFS community. There's the guys that want to get the boxing match, the celebrity boxing matches. Have you ever thought about that, Jack, as part of your kind of snapback brand, getting into the ring with someone?
So I actually work out, or I used to before my body and COVID kind of took a turn. But I did boxing workouts. Meaning I would go to a boxing gym and there would be a teacher and you would do partner work and then you would hit the bag. And it was an incredible workout. But one time I was squared up with my partner, this girl Emily, and like it's a there's no hitting, there's no sparring.
Light sparring.
No. There's no sparring. It's just like I put my gloves up, she hits here.
Pat, mitt work.
Yeah, pretty much. And like we're working on defense, and like it's very slow motion, and like she jabs, and I duck the wrong way, and I take one to the lip. And I was like, I could never get hit. I could never, like, I'm bleeding. I'm dazed. And this is like a slow motion punch. So yeah, I could not box. I'm not one of those who tries to act like I could fight. As for the snapback brand, hey, there he is.
Look who he is. Look who it is. It's Peter Jennings, CSU Ram 88. How we doing, Pete?
I'm good, boys. Just with the baby, getting some stuff done. And, yeah, stoked to be with you fellas. Hopefully we'll be woodpeckers soon, huh?
Yeah, if you are getting that reference, we talked to Ja Rule on Friday night on Club Top Shot, and he referred to sitting courtside as being a woodpecker. So that is now permanently in all of our lexicon, and I can only think about being a woodpecker.
That's what dreams are made of. That's the highest
I had to cancel my date with Andy tonight because there were no seats available on the floor.
That it was woodpecker or bust for your date night to the Knicks game.
I mean, now that the size of he's a whale of Top Shot. You can't be seen in the second level of MSG. That would be embarrassing for him, unless it was the club level, of course. So we're rescheduling.
Pete, are you trying to make it to any Nuggets games this year?
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
we're trying to live that life. Actually, a guy I played poker with has like legit, arguably the best seats in the house. Like right on the Nuggets bench, center. Like he's on the center floor seat right next to the Nuggets bench.
I thought you were saying center of the Nuggets bench. I thought you were just saying Jokic is like your friend, and you're going to sit in the seat when he's in.
Just plop ourselves down in between all the Nuggets players. But it should be pretty sick. I think the playoffs will be pretty normal. And man, I'm itching to get back to go to NBA games. I think it's by far the best sporting event experience you can have.
One of the best seats I ever had for a game. It was a Nuggets game. I wasn't woodpecking, but I was second row, and it was the playoff game, first round series against the Timberwolves when Kevin Garnett was in town. It was probably 2004. I want to say was the year.
Show your age, man. Come on,
Jack. Pete, I don't know if you missed this, but right before you came on, Jack wasn't familiar with the "Meet Me in Temecula" meme. That's how young this kid is.
I mean, to be young. I mean, I'm freaking getting old, falling apart. I'm a glass house in the basketball court. And yeah, I was talking about Guts and all this Nickelodeon stuff with these guys the other night. I mean, Jack's never even heard of this stuff. I mean, do you remember Guts, Temple of Doom? I mean,
Temple of Doom, I feel like I know. That was on.
That was Legends of the Hidden Temple, maybe the Temple
Yeah.
There you go, Jack. Yeah.
Listen, I hurt myself doing push-ups this morning. I have icy hot Tylenol. Like I'm falling apart. It's tough out
There's
here.
No excuses at your age, dude.
I came from 4 months of physical therapy. I was feeling good, and then one push-up, and now I'm toast.
Yeah, I just want to talk. Jack comes on here, talks about getting punched at the gym, hurting himself doing push-ups. I'm the one flexing on this stream. Yeah, Pete, before you came on, someone said I had no muscle, and I got really offended.
Oh, wait! You've not seen the gambling Olympics photos? I mean, you are freaking shredded, bro.
I was shocked by that stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you wanted to play me one-on-one with your hand tied behind your back.
No. I said Pete and I 2v3 against you guys, which I still am up for.
We need to.
Pete, that's the one bet I've ever seen Jennings say no to.
Yeah, because I know we're huge dogs. We'd get smoked. Give me
how bad defensively are you? Like, I don't think I'm comprehending.
You understand how hard it is to win 2v3? You have to be so far superior to
Mike's basketball court looks like a sauna.
Take any combination of any three versus if we take our 5 guys, any combination of 3 beats any combination of 2. Period.
I don't know about that.
Pick another opponent. I'll be on the other side. That's what I want.
This is what we need. We all need to get vaccinated. We all need. I know you're a new father, Pete. We need to convene in New York City. Little pickup basketball game, live club night. Go to a Knicks game. Yep. It sounds like a wonderful day.
Who we should get a 6. Maybe Ja Rule will play 3-on-3 with us.
Ja Rule. He said he was just down there in Jersey, right? That'll be easy.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. Playing 3-on-3 basketball with Ja Rule. All right. So Pete, have you given your email for this pack drop? Are you in the queue?
I'm in the queue. Currently 42,146th in line.
Very nice. Very
What about
nice.
you guys?
I haven't checked recently. When I win, I was like 108,000.
It's flying right now. I'm down to 6,200.
Okay. Everyone is streamlined here now with these backdrops.
But I only have $1.61 in my Dapper, so I guess credit card is in order for this one.
Here comes the Jack liquidity bits again.
I wish it was a bit. I really do.
There's a lot of stuff to invest money in right now, right, Jack? I mean, there's a lot of things to fire on.
Yeah, now I'm sushi swapping. I just picked up another four-legged friend this morning.
Oh my God! So I've been trying to pick up a horse for freaking weeks. Just can't. It doesn't happen.
I might be able to find you a horse. There's some people that I know that are acquiring horses. We can chat. I did write an article today. I don't know if you saw. It touched on the horsies a little bit, but utility was the theme of the article, and I think that's what Zed does best, and that's why I love what's about to come from Top Shot, which is what we started talking about from day one, which is the video game and other use cases for utility. You guys, you and Jeremy at least, wanted it to be like a straight market. They've said they're not going to do that. Is there a new vision for you that you think aligns with what you want to see from Top Shot?
Well, I was more on the utility camp initially, and then Jeremy kind of swung me a bit. But my favorite utility aspects are tying it in with the NBA experiences. Mark Cuban's talking about turning Mavericks tickets into NFTs, and I think that's one of the best cases. I think we're going to see a ton of experience-driven NFTs where you have something, you can show off your experience, whether it be at a concert, sporting event. And ideally, there's something cool tied to that as well that makes the collectible element of it more valuable. So I think Top Shot has a tremendous opportunity there. And yeah, I mean, the video game will be cool. I just hope my biggest concern with the video game is that, the purpose of these moments will be optimizing for the video game versus the collectability. Like, how do you make what is a cosmic worth in the video game? So we'll see what happens, and certainly think it's interesting and love the video game angle broadly, but I've seen some of these other projects have a little bit of a challenge with the game element. So we'll see. Yeah. I think Zed's done it really well. And So Rare is a really cool platform. I'm not immersed in it, but my biggest challenge with getting accustomed to it was the game aspect.
Yeah.
We got someone in the chat asking, do we think we could see a Top Shot commercial during the playoffs? I do not know, but that would be very fun. That would be very fun.
I feel like the answer is yes. I think we're pacing towards that. So we got about 2 months probably until the playoffs tip off, maybe 2.5 months. I think really good opportunity for it. Mass marketing potentially on the way. The site's been holding up, at least from what I've seen. I think the cooldowns are effective. They're still getting a lot of the rules in place as well. So it would definitely not shock me if we got a commercial. And I think we can handle it at this point, which is really exciting.
I'm currently being botted in our chat by variations of a Joe Biden account. So please talk amongst yourselves while I take down Joe Biden of very, very different avatars here. Yeah. Wait, are we that far away from playoffs, Jack?
Yeah, I think they start in June this year. And we're approaching April, obviously.
All right, so that's what we're aiming for the Club Top Shot reunion, the Knicks first round home playoff game. Right?
I thought Knicks Nuggets in Jennings' best friend's floor seats. That's what Game 1 NBA Finals.
There's only
how
two.
Many floor seats does this guy
There's
have?
only 2 of those.
Jennings, if I can't get a committal from you that I can get a floor seat for a Knicks Nuggets finals game, then I don't think you know how betting odds tend to function. 5, 6. Oh, wow. All right.
Knicks Nuggets last day of the regular season. We'll get all the scrubs out there.
No, I think that is just the last day of the regular season. Not
I
Knicks
was
Nuggets.
like,
yeah. May 22nd.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
we
so
can get floor seats. I mean, there's always a price. I mean, if the Knicks and the Nuggets were in the finals, how much do you think those tickets would go for?
well, that's what I was saying. If they're in the finals, you missed it earlier. We were discussing. I have $50 to win 25 grand. So I would hedge to,
on what,
to
the
watch.
Knicks?
Yeah, on the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, talk about lighting money on fire, bro.
Wait, you were saying you wouldn't hedge.
That is worth literally zero. Like literally.
That's why I said I
zero.
wanted you to commit to if it did get to a Knicks Nuggets finals.
Fine, I'll commit to it because it's worth 0%.
Thank you.
Fine.
That's all I was looking for.
Haven't you seen the NBA? Like, dude, one of the best teams always wins. Like, when was the last time like a true like underdog came out and won the
Mavs? It was Cubans Mavs.
Yeah, but they were way better than this Knicks team.
Oh, for sure. There's a 0% chance. And I explained this to Pete earlier.
You did it for the screenshot.
It was a content play. But I did also place $100 on them to make the playoffs at 12-1, which I thought was a joke too. And we're seated. Wait, we're seated ahead of the Nuggets. I don't need to hear this slander from Jennings right now.
Yeah, give us your take on the Nuggets now. We got Aaron Gordon. Pete, are we? Jack said that he doesn't think we can beat the Clippers.
Well, the Clippers are a mess, so I think we can certainly beat the Clippers. It's not the best matchup, but yeah, I think the West is pretty evenly balanced outside of the Lakers, assuming the Lakers are healthy. But now the Lakers' health is a real question mark. I think the Nuggets' moves were really sharp. I wish we would have just paid Jeremy Grant, but that would have been tough with Gary. So the move basically replaced the pieces that we had last year that we needed. You could certainly argue that Gordon's better than Jeremy Grant and JaVale McGee is better than Plumlee. So I love the moves the Nuggets made. Jokic is playing better than ever. Porter's starting to really come into form. Jamal Murray's playing better, but he's been the disappointment for me. I was hoping we'd see kind of that playoff Jamal Murray, maybe not to that exact level, but like a much better version of Jamal Murray in the regular season. He's been kind of the weak spot for me personally this year in terms of expectation, but the rest of the team is really coming together nicely. Barton's playing well, and the depth is decent. I mean, I think come playoff time, they're in a really good position to play well. And obviously, I didn't even mention Paul Millsap, who's still a really valuable veteran. So, yeah, the Nuggets are.
Is he getting minutes? He's playing.
He plays a little bit. I mean, I think he'll play in the playoffs. I mean.
Pete, are you still
just a solid player? Like,
he's a vet.
Not the.
Pete, are you still playing?
For.
Are you still playing regular NBA DFS, or has the baby kind of derailed that grind?
Dude, it wasn't the baby that derailed that grind, but yeah, I have not played. I played one slate of NBA DFS this year.
Oh wow!
Did you cash?
Did you cash?
I did cash on Christmas. Yeah.
Man, because that was
sorry. I hope I'm not lagging too bad, but
you're good now.
Yeah, it's been tough for me to grind this year with just everything else going on. I mean, it's hard to. There's just so many opportunities and things going on that if you're going to play NBA DFS, you need to play every day. So I can commit to that. Are you guys playing at all?
I did before. I'd say a couple of months ago, I was playing I like playing the NBA Showdown slates just because it's less of a time commitment and I don't feel like I have to be as up on every single rotation because it is daunting. I know from playing NFL, like how much you need to be on top of. And yeah, like you said, so much going on these days to be on top of all the NBA stuff.
Yeah, I can't do the NBA DFS stuff. It's too and especially with lock. Like I see this stuff coming in after lock, and then I know FanDuel changed it so like you can now change after lock, right? That was originally just DraftKings, but Underdog they're gonna do the NBA thing they did for the NFL playoffs, the best ball or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna do a playoff contest. Yeah,
that's interesting to me because isn't the strategy you just kind of stack different teams for the most part.
Yeah, I love that. That's actually my favorite form of basketball now is the playoff versions because you're basically making futures bets too, and there's a lot of strategy and you want to make sure you're drafting your team in a smart way. So I'll fire those up for sure.
Yeah,
I think you're cashing still. Are you winning? Are you in first right now in the Underdog League?
Yeah, that's the one we did with Schefter, correct?
Yeah. I think you're in first. Last I checked, you were in first.
Okay, and here's my thing, and this is how it ties back to Top Shot for me. So I did this underdog draft with Pete and Schefter and Preston Johnson, some other guys, and the chat helped me out. As you guys know, I wasn't an NBA thought leader at the time, and someone told me, hey, you should draft Halliburton. You know, this promising rook might not help you right out of the gate, but could be promising, and now he's crushing for my team here. And when I got onto Top Shot, I didn't know a lot of the names. I was grabbing my guy Jokic. I knew my Nuggets, and I grabbed Halliburton. So I have a top 50 serial of his rookie debut moment on there, just because I was like, I drafted him on underdog. Might as well grab him here on Top Shot as well. So
sometimes you get there. See, I like that. You know, lever up with your fantasy plays, and then on Top Shot.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Yeah. It looks like we're doing pretty nice in these NBA best ball streets.
I am 349 people away from my pre-order pack, and we just got hit with a line is paused.
Okay. The line is paused. It is. Do you guys know how it works or how long you have if you do the email version to then redeem your pack? I assume it's set on.
Yeah, 60 minutes is the new time. It's just
60 minutes. Yeah. And I also assume if you even missed it, because you have 48 hours, you could hop back in the line and still have probably ample time to get it.
For sure.
Yeah. P, I was worried when Top Shot asked us to do this, that they were going to want us to do this for the full 48 hours. They were going to really push my level of commitment to live streaming, but thankfully they just wanted us to do a couple-hour kickoff stream.
Yeah, that's nice. 48 hours would have been a stretch. How long do you think you could stream for? If we had like a big bet, like how long would you? At what point would you bet on yourself on the over? What's the time horizon?
I hate this so much because I'm just thinking of like
this how much money you win, right?
This will end up happening, and I'm just going to think about how much it's going to like take me 4 days to recover. I don't know.
How much money would you need to stream for 24 hours straight?
What are the requirements of the stream? Right?
Yeah, like
how
right
entertaining
does it fall asleep in the background and just have it streaming? I have to stay up the whole time.
Have to be awake, but
can I have
to? Yeah, of course.
I didn't know if Pete wanted me to vamp monologue for 24 hours straight.
Oh, monologue, that would be brutal.
Oh, it'd be atrocious. It'd be atrocious. 24 hours straight, only bathroom breaks, meals delivered, no sleeping.
I think the question is, how entertaining would he have to be? Like, what's the, does he have to entertain? Does he have to just be on stream awake? Can he be doing work?
I don't like how much you're questioning my ability to entertain an hour 20 of a live stream, Jack.
Hour 24. Hour 24 would be a lot.
I'll do it for 10K, Pete.
I have a good way we could fill that segment too. We could play a lot of things for like 6 hours or something.
Win your money back.
Yeah, he could win his money back. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You think you could make a 24-hour stream for 10K? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I legit think I would need to like prep for it. Like physically prep for it.
That's a long time, dude. 24 hours, like by like hour 15 or 16, like when it's no light at the end of the tunnel, but like you're really tired, that would be the toughest part.
I would have to like schedule a lot of guests to pick my energy up. It is one of those things where I feel like it's almost like, well, this isn't a good example because Bales crushed the push-up bet, but like the whole thesis, if Bales failed, would be like, it's going to be fine until like the light switches and you just can't do an extra one. I feel like that, like where I could get like 18 hours and just be like, I'm chilling, and then just be like, oh God, I just hit the wall. Yeah. I just hit the wall. I think I could do it. 10K Pete, 24-hour Pete live stream.
All right. We'll start gathering the troops. We get some lawn things in there. Maybe we'll make it happen.
Oh, there you go.
I'm trying to think if there'd be like the right time to do that. Like, if you could draft a bunch of best ball teams, you could search the Top Shot market. You could watch your horses race, play some games like August or September. That could work out pretty well. Place a lot of futures bets, like just jam it full of all these things. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be fun to plan it around an event where there was lots going on. So yes, maybe we will do something. I mean, what did Joey Ingram do back in the day, Pete, with some of his how many hands he was streaming? Didn't he do some marathon streaming sessions like that?
Yeah, he broke some record for playing poker. I mean, something crazy.
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
How much did the guy who had to be in the dark for like 5 days get paid?
No, that was wasn't that a month? It was something absurd. It was a long time. And I think they ended up doing a buyout, right, Pete?
They did, yeah.
When he realized he had it in the bag. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, there was this bet, I believe it was a poker player and someone else, and it was how long he could stay in a single room with no lights. So it was like in a bathroom, so he could take baths, and he had his meals delivered, but there was no clocks. He could have basically no orientation or frame of reference to time.
Yeah, it's in a bathroom.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible. You never want to commit to those bets. Like, the money's just not worth it.
Can't be.
The interesting thing when I read his interview after is he said he had been had a very, very serious meditation practice. Whereas if there's one thing that could transcend, external environments like that, it is having extreme peace of mind. And if someone has gone that far in their, dare I say, meditation journey, I could see you being confident about it.
It sounds so miserable. I just don't know.
Yeah. But Jack, I mean, you already said it, the content play, man. What would you do for a content play?
Yeah, not that. I want to get I want to get Bethany on the screen though.
What Bethany's 50,000 hands, by the way, in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's
a winning session on over 50,000 hands.
And that's the thing that's different for his is he had a good built-in metric to show that he was still performing well, winning. We need something for the stream where, like Jack is saying, I understand your point. Yes, I could be on stream for 24 hours, but hold a certain amount. I don't know what the metric is to show that I'm being successful, but you'd need that added level probably.
Yeah.
But I don't want
I'm thinking there could be something really cool here. 24 hours, you get 10K, and then there's just a variety of things to go over in the late summer. I think that could be sick, actually.
Yeah.
Underdog, Zed Racing, buying up Top Shot moments. You just grind everything and just get it all done. Just crush it.
Oh,
you almost maybe each hour had a theme, themed hour.
You could try to do my 1,000 to 100,000, but take 10K and turn it into 100K in 24 hours.
That sounds like a disaster.
He's not going to be able to do that.
You don't think so?
I mean, unless you're catching me in the greatest bull market of all time.
I don't know. Maybe you start winning some races, and then you hit the online casino, and
that's too stressful. That's too stressful. I just need to crack jokes for 24 hours, Jack. I can't be worrying about if I'm selling a horse at the right moment. Yeah. So
is Jacob coming?
I don't know. Is Jacob ghosting us? Jacob, the people want answers. They say we don't know anything.
I did actually try to get out of my my challenge. Not out of the moment I'm in. Someone just undercut me though. It's bad news, Bears, for sure. Brandon Ingram, metallic gold LE. Shame.
What about it?
That's the moment I'm stuck on in my challenge.
Oh,
I've been stuck on it for a month now. So I finally took it off the price I had it at for profit, and now I'm just trying to get the money and see if I can turn it around in this market. But someone already undercut me. So when this pre-order, so are you going to be able to do anything on the site for the next 48 hours or no?
I know gifting was disabled. I didn't in the blog post. It didn't mention that the marketplace was going to be disabled.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, if anyone wants a Brandon Ingram metallic gold LE, there will be one up on the site for $2,000, purchased for $3,333.
One, you gotta take a step back to go 2 steps forward here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm also
go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just saying I'm at 349. I need this line to unpause.
Yeah. Pete, did you
Pretty
go
cool
out?
that Top Shot. Have you guys seen the certified ballers on the homepage?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. The verified users or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll give influencers blue checks?
Let's see how much power you guys have. Let's get some blue check marks, huh?
Oh yeah, so who we got? We got Diplo.
I mean, you got a lot of NBA players.
We got I got to do a stream with my guy FVV here, man.
Yeah.
It's destiny.
Should we call him?
Did you guys ever hear about the prop bet that we had with Worldwide Wad and Jared Jeffries?
Yeah.
I think that's
is that game happening? It is?
I think it's going to happen. And I literally bet my whole house on Jeffries. Wad thinks he could get to like 5 or 6 points. There's no chance.
There you go. We got
game of 1-on-1, 1s and 2s to 15. Wob has to get to 6 points to win versus Jeffries. Losers out the whole way. I don't think Wob scores once, personally.
Have you? I haven't seen him play. Have you seen him play?
I've seen a couple highlights. I mean, I think he's like our level. Like I think he's a solid high school basketball player who's in their 30s, like player, you know?
Gotcha.
AKA drawing dead versus Jared Jeffries. Like he's not gonna be able to get a shot up.
Yeah, we just saw Scal's video of playing against some young kid.
Of course.
He dominated
These
them.
people are such idiots that think like I've played against like good college players.
What about you versus Jared Jeffries in a shooting contest?
Yeah, in a shooting contest I'm live. But like dude, there's a guy that I'm playing it. There's a guy that I hoop with now who's he's on the Yale basketball team. He's taking a gap year. He is first team all defense, but like he's Euro stepping and dunking over people. I could not score on him if my life depended on it. Like no chance.
You don't think you could score on a college player right now?
No, not this guy. He's 6'5" and a freak. I can't. There's no way.
It's too hard to create separation and get your shot off against guys that are that level of athlete.
And to be fair, he's first team all defense in the Ivy League and the captain of the Yale team. So he's 6'5", 6'6", and he's way quicker than me. Like, how are you supposed to get around him or get any sort of space?
Jack, speaking
I
of
get some separation versus most people, but like that's the thing. Like you start playing high level college players, NBA players, it's just a totally different level.
Yeah. Jack, you did a video with Scal the other day. What was Scal like in person?
Scal's the man. I was supposed to be playing host, and then it's just like I passed it off to him, and he's a pro's pro, not only in terms of playing the NBA, but he does the play-by-play for the Celtics. So it just makes my job so easy. I did do a shooting contest combined with trivia against him. I beat him. So just shout.
That was the mini basketballs, right?
That was the mini basketballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like a good time. What was the motif? You guys were like, was it like childhood bedroom?
Yeah, it was supposed to be, so it was talking about college basketball. So it was Wake Up with Whistle, presented by Wendy's, talking about Wendy's breakfast. And so we were supposed to be like the kids who wake up Friday in their dorm room before the tournament games start and just like debating what's going to happen in the tournament and stuff. It was a fun time. I actually have another shoot tomorrow with him to do the next couple rounds.
That's great. Yeah, we're gonna get some other people circling by here. Our schedule, Pete's gonna have to dip out here in a few. Jack and I are gonna be around for probably the next hour.
Should we rip your pack?
We could do that. We could rip my pack. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I got to get practice for my 24-hour live streams. And I will.
What if you had to pee in bottles for the live streams? That'd be that's probably that's too far.
Oh, he left completely. All right.
That's actually a really bad joke given all the Amazon stuff, but whatever.
Yeah, I haven't been tracking that.
Sal, you guys, I didn't actually see that. You guys are shooting mini basketballs?
Yeah, I mean, we did like some tournament trivia stuff, and then if you answer the question, then you would shoot on a mini hoop, and then you got like 3 points if you got both, 1 point if you got one or the other. It's fun though. I was surprised by there's some tough questions about the tournament, but then there's also some stuff. What's your college basketball knowledge? Are you like
meh.
Not really.
Pro sports, I'm so much stronger.
Did you ever play college DFS?
Yeah, I did. That was actually how I got my start, was college DFS.
Football or basketball?
Basketball. Like the very beginning, I was playing NBA and college basketball DFS. My first $500 game in DFS was college basketball. So I followed, but I'm not like, I feel like I could name like every player and every team in the NBA for like, not now, obviously, but like for the last 5 or 6 seasons, like I knew every player and every team playing DFS. I guess it's longer than that. It's like almost a decade now. So, yeah.
Was the edge on college basketball just insane?
Oh, it's massive. Yeah.
Because no one knew about anything, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I feel like we were the only ones doing spreadsheets. My first big game was actually against Sahil, who was Max Dollery back in the day. I don't know if we go back that far.
Oh yeah.
But like, it's like, who the hell is this guy? And it was like the highest stakes I played about like 3 or 4x against him. And fortunately, I beat him. But
all right, I think we get a little club atmosphere in here. Get our pack opening music. We'll rip this pre-order pack, guys. If this is your first time in Club Top Shot, I do recommend checking us out on an evening. But we're gonna give you a little taste. Here it is. Yo, what up? It's DJ Pete Overzet. Welcome to the club. We didn't think things were gonna get popping tonight, but it's about to get lit. Behind door number 2, it's a 3-pointer. 13-25, Kevin Durant. We're gonna get a LaMelo. We're gonna get a Luka. We're gonna get a LeBron. Victory reveal. Let's go. God damn it! I don't need another layup. To the window. To the wall. The De'Aaron Fox stripped down my ball. 293 assists. Everybody get their drinks. Let's get a cheers tonight before we open up these nice packs. Cheers. I have been sitting on this pre-order for a while, just waiting for the perfect opportunity. I mean, I think we found it.
I also think we need to be transparent with the chat, including our own, which is this is from the first pre-order. The pre-order, yes. People are like, "Wow, we don't have to wait this time."
No, if you notice the Series 2 release 21, I believe this one is Series 2 release 24. Yeah. So yes, this is from the very first pre-order pack drop, which was probably about three weeks ago. But we are going to rip this now. We must make sure we have the music, and now we will open the pack.
We need to have someone compile a list of the top soundtracks, without a doubt.
I've been very much enjoying the All-Star ones, but man, I'm still partial to Cool Cats. Cool Cats music is nice.
That was the early days for us.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. I haven't opened a pack in forever. Give me a number, fellas.
3.
From deep, we got serial 8621. Robert Covington assist
against the Knicks. Where was our team?
Look at that. This is how I played in high school. I was the loose ball guy. I was the guy getting on the floor, getting the extra possessions.
Can I point out one thing about these moments that I recognize that really upset me? In any traditional American sport, the away team is up top and the home team is down low. And on Top Shot, it's flipped.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I will notice this is Robert Covington's first moment. Stacking those first moments. I love it. All right, Jack, 1 or 2? Dos. We are going right to left. Here we go. 18955, a layup from Eric Gordon. There we go. Jack, do you have anything to say about Eric Gordon?
Was that his first moment on the platform? Why did that? No, it wasn't. That's a highlight? I don't like that one. Next.
Well, just be careful with the next. We only have one more to go here.
Last.
All right. Numero uno. Let's see what we can do. 27-8-98. Cody Zeller.
on Giannis. That is
That's a good highlight, though.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
a good.
Look at this. Poor Giannis. What's our word? Momentized by Cody Zeller?
I like top shotted.
You like top shotted? Yeah. Momentized is kind of good. I don't know.
He got top shotted.
Yeah, we need something that kind of mashes those up. We need a really good catchphrase.
I feel like our Twitch chat can come up with something. Someone said that was not an influencer pack.
Yeah. The the Eric Gordons, the Robert Covingtons. I'll take the first Moan badge on the Robert Covington. We opened some insanely fun packs on Friday when we were with Ja Rule. Our guy MBL was willing to dip into his NBA Finals stash and pulled that LeBron James. That was super fun.
That was super fun.
Yeah, what a
Let's
pull.
see.
I mean, he needed it too. That's why I felt so good for Mike. He was really on the brink of just being in trouble, and that just lifted him out of it. So kudos to Mike.
Yeah, he was the first pack stab he was pretty disappointed in, and then
I don't even know if he was on tilt. He was like upset. All right, Twitch chat. Here we go, Pete. He got minted, he got coded, hologrammed, top shotterized, momied, momentaried. That's what we have in the chat for options. Anything that sticks out?
I don't know. Momented, momed is kind of funny. I kind of like the simplicity.
I feel like that
of that.
gives too much love to Davis.
You got momed, bro. You just got momed. The momentized, it's a little too much. Posterized, I guess. Momentized.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll work on it, guys. We will go to the think tank and we will work on an appropriate term. I think this is another one we need to talk with some more NBA players about. They might have some good thoughts on what this should be called.
Yeah.
We need the NBA players. They'll have good nicknames. Maybe Ja Rule can come up with a good nickname.
I'm sure. I mean, he's full of them, full of the good ideas. The woodpeckers getting woodpecked. I don't know. That probably.
Do you think he was part of the Icon Hollow drop in Series 2?
Yeah.
So we have a cease and desist from that.
I don't know. He seems pretty chill. I did the video on YouTube did get flagged for playing the Ja Rule track. So I didn't get in touch with him to see if his record label would be okay with me using that. So
that's the only thing that got flagged in that whole video.
Yeah. Topped. You got topped.
No.
You got shotted now.
Definitely
That's just
not.
Top
Definitely.
shotterized. It's just a little, just not quite snappy enough.
Someone said NFT'd up.
NFT'd up. I'm sticking with momed, guys. I'm getting some good feedback on momed.
I like cubified.
Cubified.
Cry to your mommy. You got momied. He got top shot. You got blockchained. That could be good.
Four blocks.
For a big block. Yeah,
you got blockchained.
I like that. Shout out to fancy friends in the Twitch chat. Okay, Brandon, we get trolled all the time here, so I'm gonna have to troll here. Highlighted. That's the best you could come up with,
dude. You just got highlighted, dog.
Like what? Come on, Brandon, you're better than that.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said,
another person just wrote it too. You got highlighted.
Yeah. The only thing that who was it that we were talking to that said, was it Damian Lee that was talking about momentized?
The name specifically, or just the action of it potentially happening?
Yeah, I feel like someone we were talking to said that some of the guys were calling it momentized. But it's not snappy enough. I'm sticking with momed. I'm gonna work on it. If I think of something better, I will let you guys know here.
Yeah, I got to bounce, guys, but I do want to give one little thing to listen to. Real Vision, which is one of the bigger financial content platforms, they just had a podcast with Mark Cuban, and they talked extensively about NFTs, crypto, and just kind of where financial markets are going, and some really good shout outs to Top Shot. And he talked about the idea of turning tickets into NFTs for the Mavericks. So if you're into Top Shot, checking this out, you're into financial markets, crypto, NFTs, it's a really good one to check out.
There you go. Yeah. And if you guys don't know, Pete is a regular member here of Club Top Shot. We've been doing Friday night streams is kind of what we've settled into here, but we are known to throw these up on a whim. But check Pete out regularly with us on Club Top Shot. So we'll check you later, Pete, and good luck with the dad life.
No, back to dad life. Peace, boys.
Peace.
Yeah, Pete.
This is actually pretty good. You've just been fractionalized.
The Twitch chat started to come alive. Let's see. Are you gonna fix your servers? Skeeve Harvey. We don't work here. Dumpstered. Top shotted on. Top.
That's not too bad. Crypto slam.
Yeah, but
it's a little.
Okay. Momented. That's interesting. Momentualized.
Oh, what about this? What if it's just you've been minted? You've been minted,
someone
bro.
said that. Yeah. No,
I kind of like that.
That one is actually pretty. Like, if you actually go, not how it comes out, but think about what that would mean. Like, for the rest of time, you getting dunked on was just put on the blockchain, and that's like you got minted. That's pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, because
like
it's basically the equivalent of getting put on the poster is you were just minted onto the blockchain. I like that. You've been momed. No, you've been minted. You just got minted. That's what I'm going to do to you, Jack. I'm going to cross you up at some New York City park, and I'm going to look at you on the ground holding your ankle saying, Settlement, you just got minted, bro.
I like that. All right. Print the t-shirts. Get the mugs going.
You've been minted.
And the Twitch chat liked it too. And we can't get any love from the Twitch chat. So there we go.
What do you have to do to win over the Twitch chat? What do you need to do?
I see people like minted is the one. Get minted. That's great. And then obviously Jeff_DVJ. That's horrible. So you're never gonna win 100%.
You're not.
Twitch chat, but
you're not. I'd be willing to bat like 20% with the Twitch chat.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
They say the hardest thing in sports to do is to hit a baseball because the most successful guys are at like 34%. It's to land with the Twitch chat, especially the NBA Top Shot Twitch chat.
I will say I don't mind this thought either with the shouting world star if it's just Top Shot. Like you just say Top Shot, like it doesn't even need to be a verb. It's just everyone knows.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we're going to work this. I think this is what I need to do. I need to go to the playground. First of all, I need to brush up on my basketball skills. Maybe I play a bunch of like 13-year-olds, and then I can just workshop all of these Top Shot taglines kind of in a more organic way.
Yeah, see what works with the kids. Momerized, minted, or burned. Burned is interesting because it could kind of just be like a non-Top Shot thing, but also have the double meaning, including Top Shot.
Yeah, burned I think just has too many connotations with other things.
Someone said you've been undercut.
Now we're getting into very inside baseball meta marketplace jokes.
Yeah, you got pack dropped. Yeah, that's not bad on a crossover.
If we've learned anything, it's we all love collectively brainstorming catchphrases. I think that's what we've learned today.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll continue to blow up Jacob's spot. I think he can handle it. I don't know where Jacob is. I did want to ask him some questions about the pack drop. Like I said, this went. They asked us if we wanted to hop on and do this. We snap accepted, and but we didn't know the details until the blog post went live 30 minutes before. So if you're wondering why we are not the authorities on what is going on with this, everything, that is why. But hopefully Jacob will hop on with us here soon to clarify some questions.
We can try our best to answer some questions.
We can try.
If anyone in the Twitch chat has questions, let us know. We'll do our best. We normally say this is not financial advice. This is not official NBA Top Shot advice.
Yeah. Instead of saying I'm not a financial advisor, you say I'm not a Dapper employee.
Right. I am not a Dapper employee, but we can try to answer. So I'll look at the let's see. Well, one question, what challenges are you doing or have you done? I I'm currently doing the KD Scene Stars, and which ended, I believe. And then what have I done? I did a ton of the Run It Backs. Have you done any challenges?
I'm doing the Cool Cats.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That was the first challenge. You know, I came in like second week of January, and there were no other challenges that were accessible to me at the time. So I've been just rocking with the Cool Cats.
Okay. Let's see. When can we expect the Scene Stars Challenge reward to be minted? They've been pretty good with challenges. I feel like it's a couple days after. And then the next question that normally comes after that is like, if I held it through the buzzer, can I sell and still get the moment? I believe the answer is yes, but they have very much so warned, and I personally hold until it's in my account before I sell any of that stuff. So just a word of caution there. How many packs are available in the pre-order? 2.5 million, and you are only able to get one. So there'll probably be some leftovers.
I just want to be careful with that, Jack, because they were telling me that it wasn't 2.5 million packs. I don't know where I'd got that number from, but I think maybe it was 2.5 million moments total. I don't know what the number was,
well,
but yeah.
Well, for any of these pre-order packs, everyone's available to get one, and it's going to be a 48-hour time. So you will have time if you are in the chat. Put your email if you don't want to wait. Serial and Mulk says, are you guys going to stream for the entire 48 hours? Content. Yes, we are. We'll be here for 48. No. Holy shit, what was that?
What happened?
I don't know. It was a crazy noise. Oh, my turn. Line is unpaused.
Oh, you're in the line. I was like, is something happening in New York?
Clip my reaction. I actually just thought like something came into my room. I thought my ceiling was crashing. All right, here we go. I'll be ordering mine. I only have $1.61 in Dapper, so credit card is being charged.
Wow. And guess you are more liquid than you said, Jack.
Well, credit card, I actually don't have to pay that off for a few weeks.
This is not
that is advice. Not. I've added to my Top Shot squad. I have acquired a pre-order pack. Congratulations to me.
Congratulations to you, Jack. I was gonna say I was reading here on the pack drop page, and I'm sure some of you have seen this, that we are in this pack getting some veterans making their debut on the platform. So we have Anthony, is it Simmons or Simons here,
Simons,
Jack?
Yeah.
Simons. We got Lori. Geez, these last names are just a minefield for me. Markkinen, he's making his debut, and then we have the Theo Maladon. Did I do that one right?
That's correct. But he's not. His first minted moment's getting released, but he does have one on the platform already.
Yeah, I heard them talk about that. That it's this one though that's getting the first moment badge because it was minted first.
Do you want to put the list on the screen? Maybe we can run through it for some of the viewers.
Let's see here,
Jeff. I want you to, brother. Yeah, because I want to see.
Where can I get? Because I just saw this in the description. Where can we get the rest of it?
Normally on the First Mint's Twitter, they always tweet out like the Google Doc. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Here we go. I got it, Jack.
Okay. Yep, I see it too.
Okay.
All right. Kevin Durant throws a hammer. Wait, what's the one that is minted to 1,000? Peyton Pritchard. Oh, so I guess they're completing out. You see Boston, Onyeka. So I guess that maybe is 1,000 more of their rookie moments.
Yeah, and like you can see here, the LaMelo first career assist is there's 100 of those in this. So we still get some of these rookie first moments trickling out in here. You see that the Killian Hayes. So it looks like there's different kind of strata: 100s, 3,000s, 3,500s, thousands, 10,000s, 30,000s.
Yeah. Okay. Go to LA real quick. I want to see what LeBrons are coming out.
Where are we?
LAL.
There he is.
There he is.
What's going on, guys? How's everyone?
Pretty good. You haven't you had a long lunch, I'm just guessing. You were just having martinis, cocktails, kind of forgot.
No, I'm sure he's on some Instagram live with some NBA All-Star.
Just putting my feet up, taking in the brilliance of general chat on Discord these days.
Yeah, how are they doing today?
Well, not everyone's happy. Some people are happy, but can't. As you both know very well, the queue is just paused, and now it's resumed. So I'm coming in with some good news that we're resumed, and
I was 349 when it paused, and I just got mine, so I can confirm.
Okay, sounds good. I'm getting a real-time update that there might be another pause coming right now.
Okay.
Just as we're dealing with some queue issues, the last thing we want to do is send people to a bad experience, right? So if we're resumed, but it means that you're going to have an error with getting your pack, that's not something that we'd want to resume to. So we're going to pause. We're going to try to identify the issue and fix it so that once we're resumed again, people are not going to have an issue.
One of the questions I was wondering, how long, or did Jack already say this? You have 60 minutes to get your pack once you get the email notification?
That's correct,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. And I assume, too, the thing being, even if you miss that 60 minutes, I mean, we're open for 48 hours. You could hop back in the line if you needed to.
That's absolutely right. So, I mean, to a lot of collectors right now who are, deep in the queue, my recommendation would be to come back at a later time. There are a lot of collectors right now waiting in the queue. And again, this will be a 48-hour queue. So there's no urgency to get your pack within the first couple of hours. You can come back at a later time when there are less people and presumably get through the queue in a much quicker time mark.
There you go. There you go. And what else? I mean, you guys did the pre-order pack for the first time a few weeks ago. Let people know kind of the thought process with this one. Obviously bigger, longer. What are your guys' thoughts with the kind of more random drops versus the pre-order, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, we really love pre-orders as a long-term solution to ensuring that collectors will have a chance to get packs, because we know that with supply and demand, when we're doing limited edition drops, most collectors are going to leave that experience empty-handed. So the pre-order is a way, needless to say, to give every collector a win in the queue, so to speak.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
need our wins. I was asking earlier. I mean, we'll Twitch chat. This is Jacob from NBA Top Shot. If you don't know him, this is beautiful face with his Knicks hat. But before I let the Twitch chat ask a question, I'm selfishly asking first. Will we see? We were discussing, right? Like Ant has a metallic. He's also part of the challenge, but he has a metallic. Will we see? I think you guys have touched on this before, that we'll see rares of all these guys. At least that was the expectation. Is there any word on, will we see legendaries? Like, will Emmanuel quickly have a moment that's only numbered to 50, or LaMelo or stuff like that? Do we know this stuff? Has it been publicly announced? Just trying to figure it all out.
Nothing's been publicly announced, but what I'll say, Jack, to your question is I want to rephrase how you framed it, because all of these guys is not how it will be.
Gotcha.
So there will be some rookies that can have a rare moment. There will be some rookies that can have a legendary moment.
Gotcha.
We are not providing further details right now about which rookies will be in those tiers. As you know, Rising Stars, all of those rookies have a rare moment at this point.
And does that imply not necessarily Platinum Genesis? That's separate from this conversation, or that could be included?
That's separate from this conversation,
Okay.
but that could be included as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're just trying to figure out, right? Like, obviously right now, scarcity-wise, I think the rookies from Series 2 would be a Rising Stars would be the most scarce with 2,100 until maybe LaMelo or Ant's Reward. So we're just trying to think about long-term, what's it look like? Because Pete was asking me, what was the question? Oh, if Quickly was the reward for the Rising Stars Challenge, would I have tried to do it? But it couldn't have been, because he wasn't a Rising Star. He was snubbed.
Here's a question from Chris. He was wondering if pre-order packs will traditionally be for base packs, or if you try that format out for other types of packs.
I think right now the strategy is to perfect it with base set packs before we even think about getting experimental. As you know, with like even a limited edition common drop, like the fact that it's a limited edition moment means that making it a pre-order is virtually impossible without excluding some people. So I think base set is kind of the most the easiest one to expect long term on that front.
And we had our buddy Justin from On the Moment over here asking if we have any projections here internally for how many packs you guys are anticipating to go during this 48 hours.
Yeah, we don't have any kind of number. I want to set the record straight that we will mint up to 2.5 million. We don't anticipate to get close to that number.
Yeah.
But that is just our kind of baseline to say to the community, if you get into the queue, you will get a pack. But I want to clarify to anyone that's coming through, we're not going to mint beyond the demand of the queue, with the exception of maybe creating a small extra supply for customer support reasons.
Also have people in the chat wondering why the concept of the pre-order pack versus like just going to the website, putting in your email, and then everyone who puts it in gets one.
Yeah. Well, so this through a pre-order and through a queue, you kind of ensure payment before delivery. So that's kind of the easiest one. We are working on tools and the ability long-term to basically create a reservation link. So I don't know if you had the good fortune of getting a reservation link on the Cool Cats drop 1 when we did that, but that ended up being very laborious for us. So we're not going to have the same system if we do a reservation kind of link in the future. Yeah. But we are scoping that out because we think that could be a really nice avenue for collectors long term. Yeah.
Now, Jake, I'm going to ask you a personal question. Are you getting a lot of sleep these days?
Not the most. You know, some this weekend we had some pretty good success. The marketplace was going strong, but yeah, I think we're looking at this as a marathon, and I need to personally do a better job of prioritizing my sleep schedule in the marathon. But it's been really cool to see just in a short while how many kind of iterations and improvements we've made. Notwithstanding kind of the queue today, I think we're trying a lot of different things at once here, right? Like the marketplace is open. Collectors can kind of browse the marketplace while this queue goes. This queue is a 2-day queue. We've never had a queue that lasts for more than X number of hours. Certainly, probably 5 or 6 has been the record. So I think we're throwing a lot of different ingredients into this, which is, you know, leading to more variability. But the idea of trying to do all of these things at once, like we're doing right now, wouldn't have been fathomable even 3 weeks ago. So we're measuring our progress in strides, and we're excited, but certainly we have more work to do.
Yeah. Ben wants to know if you're a woodpecker who's ever sat courtside at an NBA game.
So I've never sat courtside. I sat in the second row. I've seen the woodpecker references on Twitter. I honestly don't know what it's about. So maybe you guys can fill me in.
I think it's just as simple as it means you're sitting courtside because you're literally touching the hardwood. That's how I got from it, translating Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I've sat in the second row twice, and in one of the instances, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. Doug Christie of the Sacramento Kings, a ball went out of bounds to the people to my right, and they threw the ball back to Doug Christie, who threw the ball back to the fans in the crowd and said check, which was one of the cooler fan experiences I've seen. So shout out Doug Christie. I don't know where you're at. Oh yeah, I actually do. He does play-by-play for the Sacramento Kings these days, or was doing it as of last year.
Jack, do you have what is your best in-game NBA game experience?
I feel like I told it on a live stream. Was it not on Club Top Shot?
We do so much streaming, it's hard to know when we said what.
Yeah. What was it on? I totally forget. But I sat. I grew up in Maryland, obviously, and I was sitting courtside for a Maryland, ACC game, I guess, when I was younger. And my dad handed me a pack of Skittles. I was probably like 4. I ripped them, spilled it all over the court, and it was like a 7-minute stoppage, like having to sweep them all up. So that's
Jason Kidd would have loved that. Jason Kidd would have been all about it.
Yeah, so that's the last time I think I sat courtside. The closest I've been is similar to Jacob. I was like probably third row at MSG. My uncle's business like had tickets to a Magic Knicks game. It is so cool being like that close to the action. Yeah, I think that's the closest I've got. I've wanted to go courtside for so bad. I tried when we bought the LeBron moment. My brother is part of the crew, and he's at school at Ohio State. And they played the Cavs, and they drove up to Cleveland for the game. And I was like, I will actually pay. I'll participate and put money for you to sit courtside and like bring a sign about Top Shot and try to do it. But like due to COVID, there's not like I don't think anyone. Well, the last courtside seat I saw was the Hawks game with the mix up with LeBron. So I'm trying to have us be the positive of that, not what they ended up doing.
Yeah, the chirping courtside is, from what I can remember, the best part. Like you can actually hear the players talking trash, and that's stuff that you can't get on TV. I want to give a couple PSAs to this to our community. If you'll indulge. So as I mentioned, we're making a lot of strides here. I think like one of the things you can safely anticipate, whether it comes today or later in the week, we will be disabling gifting once again. And we'll be disabling gifting until we're able to put measures in place that we think will have a significant impact on limiting multi-accounters from abusing the system. So no timeline on when it will return, but we don't anticipate it will be a super long hiatus. But when it does return, the restrictions in place we think will be very effective in kind of inhibiting bad actors in their way. So we're excited about that. Again, that could happen as soon as later today, or that could happen later in the week. We will give a heads up before we do it, whichever day it happens. Another thing that I really want to communicate to everyone is we will be retiring some CC moments in the not too distant future. We don't have an exact number of how many, but it will be more than 10% of the current CC moments out there. So this is a cue for everyone in the community. If you want to delist your moment and see which ones will get retired, you should do so. We don't have a timeline on when it will happen, but we want to communicate that preemptively that we will be retiring some CC moments, and you as a collector should kind of look at your collection and say, do I want to have this moment listed still if it's about to become limited edition in the not too distant future?
Gotcha.
That's good stuff. What about, we have a bunch of challenges wrapping up. What's the expectation timeline wise on those being put in the account? And we didn't want to speak out of turn. So can you, in theory, challenge ends, you have this stuff, could you sell before it gets into your account? Talk on those two.
Yeah. So we just put out a blog a couple of days ago about all challenge updates. We try to deliver all challenge rewards to the collector's account within about 24 hours, 48 hours to be safe. At the time of the challenge expiring, we take kind of a snapshot of every account to see who completed the challenge in time. So in theory, you should be able to sell moments that you use to complete the challenge after the challenge has expired. My recommendation and best practice is give it a few hours to be sure and safe. But that shouldn't be a problem if you want to list your moments. If they were used for a challenge, if the challenge buzzer expires, we will be able to identify that you had the moment at the time of the challenge expiring.
Gotcha. What's been like your guys' feedback overall from the badges? Because that's been a big thing for the site. It was long rumored for those to be coming. Now they're here. What kind of feedback are you guys getting?
Well, let me just give a major props to our design team, some of the best designers and creative minds in the world. And I thought the badges came out beautifully, really happy with them. And the community has been overwhelmingly positive, which they're not always overwhelmingly positive about something that we roll out. So it's been really cool to see the community be so receptive and excited about this. It has been something that we teased out back in January and are excited to roll out and distribute. I don't think that this is the last of badges. I think there will be more badges down the road. I don't think there's a near timeline on them. And I think we want to be super thoughtful about which badges come, because there's diminishing returns. If you add 20 badges to a moment, then each badge becomes less meaningful. So no details about which badges we're going to target next, when they're going to come. But based on the really positive feedback, we're excited about it. And we plan to roll out more down the road, I'm sure.
There you go. Just don't have your designers looking at Boy Scouts for their inspiration with badges, because then we might end up with 20 of them under each moment. Let's see here. I believe I'm getting closer here in the queue. Started at 109,000. I think someone told me I was up to like 75,000. So I am going to get my pack. I don't know if you saw, Jacob, I opened my pre-order pack from the last time around that I had been hodling for a rainy day. Today seemed like a great time.
I missed it. What did you pull? Anything good?
I pulled Robert Covington first moment.
Love
and
it.
then we had the Eric Bledsoe, which we were iffy on. And then I had the Cody Zeller dunk over Giannis.
Hey, you can't get better than a Cody Zeller dunk. So
there you go. Yeah,
it is a dope moment on Giannis, obviously.
And who is it? Is it Arsenic in the Top Shot community? He's on his Cody Zeller challenge, similar to my Fred VanVleet challenge. Maybe I should work out a deal with him. He sends me a VanVleet, I send him a Cody Zeller, and we can each accomplish our goals.
Yeah. Do you have 1,000? Is that your goal for Fred?
My goal was a little less ambitious. It was 500, but it still seems wildly ambitious. I think I'm at like 130 right now.
Okay.
So
this was back when the FVVs were $1 a pop or $2 or $3.
Yeah. You'll find this hard to believe, Jacob. The gifting kind of dried up when those moments started to become very valuable.
I remember, I think it must have been the first Club Top Shot I joined you. You were getting gifted like 3 or 4 Van Vliets in like the span of 40 minutes, and you seemed genuinely annoyed by it. So I'm sure
that's what it came from. It came from that bit, which was like, just send Pete your FEVs to annoy him with the red dot under notifications. And he scammed us all into
no, but now I embrace the bit. You know, everything starts as a nuisance and then it's a bit, and now I love my FVVs. It's the Fred VanVleet vault. I've already told everyone, if you gift it to me, I will never sell it. I know down the future we have maybe fractional stuff coming, tokens, whatever, but those are the people's vault, the people's
Could you
FVVs.
imagine that they one day they're like, okay, if you have, are they series? They're series 2 though, right?
I've personally collected I think I have one of every one of his moments except the MGLE, which is it's only out of 100 too, so the price is a little pricey for me there.
Like
but yes,
he launches his exclusive line of merch, and it's like, yeah, if you own 100 FVV Series 2, you get a jacket, and it's like, hello.
That's what we're talking about. And then I'd be like, but I already bought that jacket. Is there anything else you could give me? Yeah, so hopefully Jacob knows my goal. We've had some phenomenal guests. I need to do a show with Fred VanVleet. It's on the bucket list.
Yeah, we at Top Shot also would love to do something with Fred. So we'll whichever one happens first, we'll be sure to give the wink in the other person's direction. Sure.
There you go. What other anything else here on? Obviously, this is a good time for you. With you said the PSAs, the FAQs for any clearinghouse of stuff. I know you guys have been doing the office hours. Still, anything else that the people should know here?
No, I think in the short term we're planning on doing 2 office hours a week. So we're looking at either Tuesday or Wednesday for our next one. But Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's a fixture in the schedule right now. We had some technical issues recording the Friday office hours, but we are planning to eventually turn that into a YouTube link and then basically an audio podcast for people to listen back on. Last Friday was where we initially teased out that gifting restrictions or gifting will be disabled again very soon. There was we're just consistently trying to have more opportunities to give the community PSAs and let them ask questions. But I'd be happy to do some rapid fire if you're getting any questions in the chat that seem interesting.
Yeah, let's do that here. I think Jack and I have about 15 more minutes or so until we got to get going. So yeah, let's do some rapid fire one. Here's a good one. I know this has been rumored. Do we know when the I believe that's saying the Seeing Stars,
the challenge,
okay.
Right? Yeah. There's no timeline. We're anticipating it will come soon. I would say, if not end of this month, then within the first week or two of April. We're not going to keep that on the back burner forever, but no updates to be made today about specifics.
And I assume the same goes for the rumored the LeBron, the second one, or is that's what he's asking about?
I think that's the same question. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. What else do we have? I saw someone asking. Someone wants to know about the Jokic Holo Challenge here.
Yeah, same boat, right? Like not on our we're not going to keep it on the back burner. If we didn't have 6 challenges going on at once right now, it might already be up. It'll come soon. I don't have a timeline on it. But similar, if not end of this month, then first week of April, I would anticipate, maybe second week.
I'm looking at, go ahead. I'm just monitoring Switch.
From Drumcraft here, lots of people wondering what kind of action, what kind of stuff the off season might look like for Top Shot. Any breadcrumbs you can give us on that?
I think you can safely anticipate that's when we'll start to look into the archives of NBA history a little bit more, do more run it backs. I don't think I'm breaking news with that. But no, I think one thing to realize is we're in a somewhat unique year, back end of a unique year, more than somewhat, a very unique year. And with the NBA calendar, that's no different. So we don't know exactly when next season will start. We don't know exactly how the offseason will go, but there will be a window of time for the few weeks after the finals where we still have, hopefully, finals moments to release. So we're going to kind of address all postseason moments. Then, and it might be kind of interspersed, but we'll certainly be going into the archives and finding some great moments from NBA history to release this offseason.
Couple questions in here about signups. Any thoughts on that?
We're aiming to bring them back. If not today, then early this week at some point. Certainly something we're keen on. I think right now, as you know, there have been pauses with the queue. We're keeping the marketplace open. Historically, we've had the marketplace closed during pack drops, and we've disabled signups during pack drops. So having all those different variables adds layers of complication for the operation that we're doing. But I would anticipate that those will signups will come back sooner rather than later. And by that, I mean, hopefully as soon as tomorrow at the latest.
We got any launch in China plans?
Not to I think long-term we're hoping to get there, but no plans to my knowledge in the meantime.
When we talked to Ja on Friday, he was excited about the China expansion as well.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's a huge market. They love the NBA. And I'm excited for one day that potentially happening, but I'll let Ja Rule do the speculation on when before I.
There you go. Let's see here. They were also having us speculate on this earlier. Someone was wondering maybe a Top Shot commercial during the NBA playoffs. Well, you got anything to say on that?
No, I think it's in our roadmap, and we're trying to be super thoughtful about how we're doing integrations, particularly with players and influencers. Getting you guys thousands of packs. Just kidding, everyone. They don't get packs.
I was even surprised you were willing to make that joke, knowing that so many people would maybe believe you.
Yeah. Well, so I think the next step is going to be bringing players closer to the giveaway process. We've already started that. Rashawn Holmes on Friday gave away 11 moments. We have more players lined up to do more giveaways, which we're really excited about. But we are not actively marketing right now. This is very much a player coming to us or an agent coming to us and trying to find an opportunity that makes sense for them and makes sense for us simultaneously. But as you all know, like we have a lot of backlog from everyone coming to Top Shot around the same 2-week stretch, and we want to provide them with an excellent collector experience, which we to certainly a handful or more than a handful of that cohort of people, we have not been able to do so yet. So I think we want to thank those collectors that came, make sure that they have a great collector experience, and then we can kind of set our eyes on kind of pouring gasoline on the fire, so to speak.
This is a good one from Jaden. ETA for pack marketplace.
Yeah, I'm also really excited about that. I think it will change Top Shot in a lot of great ways. But I don't have an update or a timeline. I would anticipate hopefully sometime in 2021, but I don't think that's coming anytime in the near future.
That's going to be really fun. I know everyone on Twitter likes, calculating the expected value of these packs, but to let the market decide the value of the packs, I think will be a pretty fun thing. Yeah.
And I'd be curious to see, like, I know MBL on your pod or on your show last week, he has 5 or 6 more, the finals packs. Like, is he holding them with the intent to put them on the marketplace, or is he holding them for himself for 5 years from now being able to open one? I actually thought your joke about, are you waiting for Jay-Z to come on? That was a very funny app. It's like, I
don't even know if it's a joke. He's basically, triple platinum artist. Come on. He's willing to burn through these. So I think our goal is to just keep booking really big guests to force him to burn through all of his finals packs.
It's a great strategy.
What about?
I don't know what his actual strategy is with that. I think he's just, he's obviously such a long-term believer. I think he just is hodling them for himself for as long as he can, I think.
Right.
What about dropping the beta tag? Is there any ambition? Like, do you guys want to do that? Is it a good thing to have? Because it gives good, not
realistic
optics,
expectations.
Thank you, Pete. I appreciate that. When I'm struggling for words, we complete each other's sentences. Is there anything that, there's been an update there?
I think you'll know when we're getting closer to leave beta based on site performance, based on collector sentiment. I think among other things that we're really prioritizing right now are withdrawals. We had a pretty lengthy update on the progress we're making, not necessarily on number of collectors with access to withdrawals, because as our collector base continues to grow, we're going to be playing catch up there for a little while. But as far as scaling up our team to be able to handle that demand, that's our top priority, and we're working really hard to do that. This week we have some exciting new hires that are going to be able to speed up that process, and we have an ACH, an automated clearinghouse, coming, which will help kind of with withdrawals for banks, specifically in the States. The ability to withdraw to a Canadian bank and a UK bank are coming very soon. So collectors more internationally are going to have that ability as well. But to answer your question, Jack, like, I think we're still in the process of identifying the core collector issues and solving them. And these are non-trivial solves. It's not as simple as kind of we put 2 devs on it and 6 hours later, okay, problem fixed. So as much as the community and I would love for that to be the case, like, we have some of the sharpest minds in the world working on these really complex problems, and we're moving very fast. As I mentioned last week, it's only been 7 weeks since the queue was introduced, and it feels like a year ago to me at least. So I think, like, to answer the question, to make a short story long there, like, we're not that close to leaving beta because we still have all of these disparate things we want to address. And as you both were alluding to, we want the collector experience when we're out of beta to feel fairly like a finished product. So when someone's coming in, they're not going to be confused about X, Y, or Z issue.
This is another question I saw here from Thurnus. Does Jacob know if they plan on keeping or increasing the 1-minute buy sell marketplace cooldown?
the feedback I've gotten from the community has been fairly positive. It's done a nice job of kind of curtailing bot activity. It's doing wonders in as far as minimizing purchase failed errors, right? Because if 100 people are trying to buy the same exact moment at the same exact time, Pete, Jack, and all of their friends are all going for the same Fred Van Vliet, like you're not gonna have 99 people have a failure as long as these cooldowns are in place, because it means less people are going to be able to buy tons of moments at once. But we're looking into it, be it 1 minute, be it 30 seconds, be it 30 minutes. We're still trying to figure out what the right sweet spot is, and we're doing a lot of analysis around a lot of those different options, because there are certainly pros and cons to every single one of them. And I think collectors, more casual collectors, appreciate a longer buffer between time. But I think the primary reason we started to roll it out is it's kind of limiting marketplace issues as far as people trying to buy the same moment. And again, I have the long view, and I have to think that we're going to have a lot more collectors in our marketplace in due time. So if those marketplace issues were happening at the scale we were at, I anticipate they'll be even more prevalent if we removed cooldowns as we grow. So maybe we come up with unique ways that they look a little different, but a little too early or premature to share what that could look like.
Yeah. Well, as we wind down, I'm sure you get sick of answering the same questions over and over. What is the most interesting thing you're working on, or thing you're most excited about with Top Shot right now? Because I know every time we check in, there's some time, years in Top Shot time has passed. So I'm curious where you're at right now.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, there are so many things I'm really excited about. I want to answer this with something actually juicy that, you know. But I also want to
keep your job.
Yeah, I want to keep my job. That's so. Let's say that among a few other things, I'm really excited about some partnerships that should be getting announced in the near future. So those will be really exciting. And then to be able to give a slightly more specific answer, I would say there are two, and I'm trying to pick the path of least resistance.
I love it. Just, hey, this is a safe spot. I mean, hardly anyone's watching.
Yeah,
no one will like tweet out what you just said. It'll just be confined to right here. It's fine, Jacob.
So I think the other thing that I'm really excited about is just kind of clearing out the minutia. Not minutia. It's all very legitimate, but right now, as I was saying before, we had hundreds of thousands of collectors come at the exact same time. And, within a 2-week stretch, we went from you being some of the biggest voices about Top Shot to everyone trying to kind of follow your lead. And what that led to is a lot of new collectors coming in when the market was at a really high level. And I think a lot of those collectors are now kind of going through the funnel of turning from initial speculator or flipper into collector. And that's exciting. But I think what I'm most excited for is now that our team is staffing up and getting bigger, just eventually having the withdrawal issues not be the topic du jour, not having to eventually being able to get to a point where collectors are going to be able to request identity checks and have that be kind of a measure of collector status, so to speak. Just kind of continuing to build on ways that we can reward our true collectors, because I think there's a huge community of really, really passionate collectors that are looking into various strategies. You often on your show talk about the numerology folks that are looking into all these different serial numbers and angles and plays. But I'm really, really excited for us to be able to just focus on benefiting the true collectors and figuring out ways to curtail the kind of extractors. Because I want to set the record straight. I don't have a problem with a collector getting into a pack drop, getting a pack, and then flipping the pack contents, because that allows them to have some optionality in the marketplace. They can find moments that are more meaningful to them, maybe. But there is a big problem with multi-accounters getting into these drops and just trying to extract value everywhere they can, selling packs, selling the entire account that has the pack. And I think we'll eventually have really nice measures in place that kind of halt those people in their tracks.
There you go. I think if you Zapruder that film, or you kind of try to pull apart, there's some little breadcrumbs Jacob's leaving there of stuff that might be coming that he's not fully comfortable revealing yet, but that makes sense. And we got 2 people back to back in the chat. We can go out on this. This is something that would be very interesting to me. And I know this is all COVID impacted right now, very tough logistically. You guys have so many things going on, but people talking about some kind of a Top Shot convention, athletes, collectors, Club Top Shot. Have you guys even kind of talked about pie in the sky stuff like that?
Oh, I think it's a no doubt, like, we'll do something, like, and needless to say, we won't do anything until we feel very confident that it's safe for our community to congregate in person. But I think that's a huge opportunity for us. And I think when you look at the future of what Top Shot can be, and you think about the digital universe, like, I look at what Pokemon Go did, and they really changed the game. And I think there's going to be opportunities for Top Shot, and I don't think this is a near-term thing, but I think long-term there are going to be opportunities where you go to a specific arena, and there might be moments to unlock at that arena because you're there, and your ticket stub can validate you're there. I don't know exactly how that looks, but I think bringing the IRL component to being an NBA fanatic to the Top Shot world is just a match made in heaven, and I'm really excited for that. And that might start with Summer League, Club Top Shot, Fred VanVleet and Ja Rule popping bottles in the club. I don't know what that looks like, but
sounds like a great start to me, Jacob. Sounds like we should definitely start with that. No, that'll be very fun. I know we are all chomping at the bit. I think things are going to coincide nicely with Top Shot's rise and the world being able to get back to some kind of normal after all this. So very good stuff there. Anything else, Jacob, here as we kind of wind things down? Are you guys going to have anyone else hopping on for streams here throughout the rest of this pack drop?
I think for now, the plan is to kind of run it on autopilot. We'll have kind of text updates along the way as you get in the queue. The last thing I'd really want to stress to collectors that are in the queue and back in the queue right now and just kind of down on their luck because there are 75,000 people ahead of them or 100,000. I don't know the exact numbers right now. This queue will be open for 48 hours. So if you do not want to wait in the queue at the height of traffic right now, come back later and you'll presumably be able to get back in. So that's what I would say first and foremost. The 48-hour window gives you a ton of opportunity. And then secondly, you can put in your email and you can get contacted when it's your turn in the queue, and you have a full hour to be able to make that purchase. So we're trying to make this as convenient for everyone as possible. I was getting lit up on Discord a little bit earlier about, imagine having to stand in a physical line only for there to be an error when you're about to purchase and being told you have to go back to the back of the line. And look, to be very clear, we're apologetic and sorry for anyone that had a pack issue. That's why we've been pausing the queue. We want to make sure that there are as few of those as possible. But you can also join the queue and watch it and watch your progress from the comfort of your home. So it's a somewhat, it's fairly convenient to enter the queue, put your email down.
The email works perfect.
I was just going to say,
as simple as that.
I'm begging people, use the email option and live your life. I'm just begging you.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't have the opportunity to watch you guys.
That's true. After we sign off, yeah, we'll see what kind of viewer retention we did. But Jacob, as usual, we always enjoy talking to you. Thank you for letting Club Top Shot crash the NBA Top Shot Twitch stream. We had a blast as always.
No, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And I was telling you off screen, Pete, but we have to call you Pre-Order Pete these days because you're 2 for 2 on hosting our pre-order shows, and both times have been great. So thanks for making the time on your Monday, guys.
Yeah, and you missed it. We were talking about a hypothetical prop bet earlier with Pete Jennings about if I would do a 24-hour marathon live stream. I mean, Pre-Order Pete meets 24-hour live stream. I think we might have some content ideas in the works.
Mr. Beast does that stuff where it's like, keep your finger on it. Maybe that's how we could do the next legendary drop. Partner up with that app. It's like, hold your finger. And the last however many legendary packs that drop, whoever has their finger on the longest, that would be amazing.
That sounds brutal. Sounds brutal. Jack, any final words here?
I'll see you in the marketplace. Sell me your Chris Paul and Emmanuel Quickly's, people.
There you guys go. Again, shout out to everyone hanging out in the queue. Shout out NBA Top Shot, Club Top Shot. We've mainly been going up on Friday nights. You can search for us on YouTube, search in iTunes. We got all the playbacks from that stuff. So for Jacob, for Jack Settlement, I'm Peter Overzet. We'll see you guys next time.